presented by Swinford Media Group. Get ready for a WFCN Game of the Week. Powered by our incredible sponsors. Watermark Auto Group. John A. Logan College. Black Diamond Harley Davidson. Moreland-Bishop McDonalds. Deaconess, Illinois Medical Center. Chick-Fil-A of Marion. Anderson's Furniture and Mattress. The Illinois Army National Guard. Legence Bank. Kemper CPA Group. The City of Herrin. The City of Sesser. Banterra Bank. Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Bank of Herrin. State Farm Kenya Garner. SIU Credit Union. SouthernTrust Bank. The Print Shop at Pieces of Learning. First Southern Bank. Anderson Boys Trash Service. State Bank of Whittington. Urology Institute.
Hello and welcome to the WFCN Southern Illinois High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Aaron Price, the lead reporter at WFCN News, joined alongside Garrett Smith, who does play-by-play for the WFCN Game of the Week. Garrett, tonight we are in for what could end up being the champion of the Black Diamond Conference. We have the Johnston City Indians visiting the Sesser-Valier Waltonville Red Devils. Both teams have locked up postseason berths, but look to finish the regular season strong.
Yeah, Aaron, Johnston City, they come in at 6-1. Their lone loss of the season coming last week against the number 2 ranked 4A team in Dixon. So definitely a quality loss if there ever is one. But it's still perfect in Black Diamond Conference play, and this is a team that has shown strengths on both sides of the football. Scoring over 40 points in 5 of their contests, only allowing opponents over 20 in 2 of their games. And they actually, we were getting updates from that game when we were in Whittington last week, and Johnston City's defense was holding strong for a long portion of that game. They just got a little tired there in the second half, but and they've been really impressive, and they look to try to bounce back after losing to Sesser in this matchup last year, which in essence gave the Red Devils the title of the conference.
Right, yeah, they're unblemished at this point, 7-0 on the season, and they're a squad that prides themselves on their defense as they've only allowed 26 points in total on the year. Sesser is coming off a 40-14 victory at El Dorado, but don't let that fool you. This team can score the ball as they've eclipsed 30 points in 4 games.
All right, coming after this quick break, more previews of the Indians and Red Devils as both teams look to lock up home games in the first round of the postseason. Stay tuned. That's the WFCN News Game of the Week. Continues here from Kelly Field in Sesser.
Philosophy of Legence Bank is sit down with the customer, listen to their needs, and figure it out and figure a solution for them. We want to build relationships with our customers. We just don't want to do a transaction and it stops there.
Community banking is relationships. Legence Bank is relationships. There's so many customers that they are not a number, they are a customer, they are a relationship that's not only financial but personal.
Legence loves local.
Black Diamond Harley Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is Why I Ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have, through the Harley Owners Group, Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Welcome back to Sesser as we are in Week 8 of the 2024 football season. Tonight, our game of the week is in Franklin County for a second straight week. Johnston City makes the drive northwest, looking to get past their one lone loss of the season. The Indians were overpowered by the Dixon Dukes, undefeated and ranked second in the 4A class, who ran to victory with a 40-14 win. Despite that loss, Johnston City remains unbeaten in conference action and can win the Black Diamond outright with a victory tonight and next week versus Carmi-White County. Johnston City has already locked a postseason appearance yet again, but a strong finish can land them a home game in the first round that would pair them with a winnable opponent. Garrett, the Johnston City Indians over the past few years, and what I've covered and just locally over the past few years, has been a team that has really been unstoppable. They've had many playoff appearances, and I think that's something we can obviously expect to continue into this season.
And Coach Todd Thomas has really got his team firing on all cylinders yet again. We give credit to Johnston City playing that week instead of taking a forfeit against Viana Goreville. Last year, Sesser did the same thing. They played a team instead of taking that forfeit. All credit. Like, the kids want to play. They don't want a bye week like this when they only play 9 games regular season anyways. But like last year, this game means a lot. We said this early in the year. We thought this game could have this potential. Here we are, winners in the driver's seat to win the conference.
Yeah, absolutely. And we spoke with Johnston City head coach Todd Thomas just prior to the game tonight on his thoughts going into this what's likely a conference championship game tonight here in Sesser. Here's what he had to say.
Here's Johnston City head coach, Coach Thomas. Tell me, you guys are 6-1. Tell me a little bit about, first of all, the game last week. A big battle with Dixon. Kind of recap that game real quick.
Yeah, very tough opponent for second ranked in 4A, and knew it was going to be a battle. I think we hung in there, did the best we could. Just kind of got wore out with 2A players in the fourth quarter. Proud of our kids. Hopefully we can build off of it tonight.
Coming into tonight's game, you guys are undefeated in conference. So is Sesser, undefeated on the season. So I guess just talk about the importance of this game tonight for both programs.
Well, the winner will probably be in the driver's seat. We got other games to play, so it's not over. It's not for sure. Nobody's going to clinch a conference championship tonight, but we're right up there. They're right up there. So it's been a battle last few years, so I'm sure it's going to be a battle tonight.
Would you say your guys learned a lot from last week's game? I mean, up against a team like Dixon kind of prepares you for later into the season, right?
Yeah, the speed of the game was not like we've ever seen. They haven't seen all year, so that's really what we expected, and that's what we want to get out of the game. Playing an opponent, that played at that level, going into the playoffs, I thought that'd be a good thing.
We'll let you get back to work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Once again, that was Johnston City Indians head coach Todd Thomas talking about his expectations going in tonight. We mentioned their only loss of the season so far was last week at home against Dixon, and that was a battle, as he mentioned, and that all the way through that game, really, especially in the first half. I mean, Johnston City was scoreless with Dixon up until right before halftime, when they allowed their first touchdown. But man, really a game, really both teams that are very defensive leaders in football.
And Johnson City had a chance to tie that game right before the half.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing from what we were told, because we weren't there, but
Right.
missed a good opportunity. Could have changed the whole game, but just got tired. You know, a lot of
Right.
two-way players on Johnston City. Dixon, I think, only had two guys that play both sides of the football, and that makes a difference.
Right.
When it doesn't a lot whenever you're playing a team that's doing the same thing as you, both teams playing two-way, like you'll see here tonight. But when you play a team that's you got guys playing either offense or defense, it makes a difference. It took a while, but Dixon was able to pull away. But credit to Johnston City for hanging in there in that ball game.
And the Red Devils are not just undefeated in conference; they're undefeated all together. They are 7-0 on the season. So talk a little bit, Garrett, about their success this season so far.
And their defense has been awesome, Aaron. And 14 points is what they gave up last week to El Dorado. Most points they'd given up in a game all year. They gave up 6 to Fairfield. They gave up 6 to CZR when we covered that ball game, and that was a score that was late in the ball game. So it's hard to score on this team.
Right.
Maybe not. They've not had as much success scoring the ball as Johnston City week in, week out, but they can score with them. Both teams can really play both sides of the football. It shows. And I want to make a quick note real quick. You heard Coach Thomas say it a second ago. There's still work to be done, even with the win tonight. And we talked about it a little bit off air, Aaron. If Johnston City wins tonight, I mean, Carmi's still in the mix for a conference championship.
Right.
Their one loss was to Sesser, which is so impressive, being that Sesser beat them 32-zip. But a Carmi win tonight, a Carmi win next week, paired with a Johnston City win tonight, we'd have a three-way tie for the conference. But, we'll hear from Coach John Shadowens, what he had to say about the Red Devils coming into tonight's matchup against Johnston City.
Right, we're here with Sesser-Valier coach John Shadowens. John, you guys are undefeated this season, so we've already seen you once in action here on the Game of the Week against CZR, but kind of tell me elsewhere about your thoughts on the season so far.
Well, if you're 7-0, the kids have done everything you've asked them to do, and we're really pleased to be 7-0, of course. Kids have done, kids have ran what we've asked them to run. They are unselfish. We kind of share the ball, and you just can't ask any more of kids.
Tonight you're going up against the Johnston City Indians, 6-1. Their only loss was last week against a very good team in Dixon. Would you say this is your toughest opponent of the season so far?
Without a doubt, yeah. That Dixon film gives me pause because that's a 4A team. And not only that, a top 10 4A team. And JC fought them tooth and nail for 3 quarters.
Yeah. Defensive battle. It was, I believe, scoreless almost all the way up to halftime. So I guess, what are you telling your guys ahead of the game tonight, knowing that Johnston City's defense is going to be tough to break through?
They already know it. They know it. These kids have been watching film all year with, been getting ready for each game. But, we save a little time for Johnston City each week, too. So we made it through. We're 7-0. They're undefeated in conference. That Dixon game, you can throw that out. They're undefeated, too, as far as conference is concerned. We know Carmi's still out there. But tonight, in our minds, it's for the conference title.
And really, in a way, you can just throw the records out the book. This has always been a big Black Diamond rivalry game here in Southern Illinois. So I guess just kind of talk a little bit about that. 2 of the best teams in the Black Diamond going head-to-head here again on your home field.
Yeah, when both programs are going well, there's not a better rivalry in Southern Illinois, I don't think. You'll see what the crowd they bring. They travel really well. You'll see our people support us just as well, and it's going to be quite an atmosphere tonight.
All right. Thank you, Coach. We wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Johnston City Indians head coach, Sesser-Valier Red Devils head coach John Shadowens. Garrett, and he said it, and when we asked him about the importance of this game, both teams already headed to the playoffs either way. But this is really going to be a moment, I think, for both teams to really, show off, for a spot for the conference championship.
Aaron, this is just as important as their games in the postseason.
Right.
This one's on. This is one that's circled every year by each side, and this one's huge. Conference championships, I believe, are just as important as winning and going into the postseason. And it's almost harder to win your conference than go to the postseason. So that's why I think it holds more weight.
True.
And, man, big game for both teams. We've been talking about it for a while, and I'm glad that it's here. I don't think I've been more excited to watch a game out of all our games yet this year than I am tonight.
Yeah, and speaking of games, this is by far not the only exciting game going on tonight in Southern Illinois. We got our top 6 local pairings up on the screen for you right now, but Murfreesboro at Carterville, another conference championship game tonight. DuQuoin at Nashville is going to be a good one. That's a conference championship as well.
Yeah, both sides of the river to river being decided tonight. At Carterville Murphy, Nashville DuQuoin. Also, as you guys can see, we got some other big ones in there. Teams trying to get into the postseason. Carterville with a win tonight, they clinch a postseason berth. Other teams out there with a win become postseason eligible, and that's huge because and in that boat is Harrisburg, Benton, Fairfield, Marion, and Centralia. Wins make them eligible for the postseason, and that would give them an opportunity next week to lock it up and not worry about having to get in with 5. They could get in with 6 if they take care of business tonight and have another shot next week.
Yeah, and we also have the Marion-Carbondale game tonight going on at Marion. That's over on the Marion Star Live. It's also their homecoming game. So if you're want to take a break from this game or either in between, care about Marion more or Carbondale more, that game's live over on the Marion Star as well.
And a couple other teams I want to look at. Chester, a little far away. They keep on winning.
Right.
They're 7-0. They're looking to lock up a conference here this evening against Redbud. Redbud 3-1, so a win, they could share that over in the Cahokia Conference. But, Flora in the Black Diamond, they're postseason eligible now following a forfeit by way of TDW Academy out of Missouri. So Flora could lock up a spot next week. They're going to play a tough team next week. That's Sesser-Valier. But lots of teams in big, meaningful games here tonight.
Right.
Way up north, Richland County, Casey Westfield, they're in a ball game that's 7-0 teams clashing for a conference championship. And the little Illini Conference, and man, there's just great football games across the board.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It is a great night of football as the Sesser-Valier Red Devils making their way on the field tonight for this home matchup against the Johnston City Indians. Once again, this is the Moreland-Bishop McDonalds pregame show. I'm Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith. Drew Smith down on the field for us tonight, getting some of the shots you're seeing right now. And, man, the Red Devils looking pumped and looking excited to get this started tonight here in Sesser. We'll talk a little bit more about some of the local games going on tonight and give you more of a preview of the game you see on your screen right now coming up right after the break. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week here in Sesser.
Hi, Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
It's a place to work hard, to learn, and to grow. It's a place to relieve stress and unwind. It's a place to have fun and enjoy time together. It's a place to be in your own space, to work out alongside friends, or to be part of a bigger community.
The Hub is the place where you belong.
Visit thehubmarion.com for more info.
Since 1999, Clark Natural Stone is a family-owned business that strives to not only offer you the best selection of rock and mulch in the country, but also provide you with the best service. Clark Natural Stone Slinger Truck is a great option when you need rock, sand, or gravel placed in an area not easily accessible to a conventional dump bed. To schedule your delivery or to ask any questions, call 618-997-3889 or visit our website, clarknaturalstone.com.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week here in Sesser. We've got the Sesser-Valier Red Devils on their home senior night matchup, I might add, which they're being recognized on the field right now against the Johnston City Indians. Garrett, real quick before we're going to throw it to the anthem here in just a second, but talk a little bit about, we were talking about some of the other games already going on tonight, but I do want to talk really quickly about Marion and Carbondale tonight, which could be a very interesting game. Carbondale is 3-4 on the season. Marion is 4-3 on the season. Now, Marion, on the other hand, is 1-2 in conference, and Carbondale has lost all 3 of their conference games thus far. But I would say tonight, definitely a big game and really a must-win for Marion tonight if they want to have a chance at getting to the playoffs.
Yeah, Cahokia, killed all the drama there in the South 7 by running away with the championship. But so you got 2 teams. Marion probably feels like they need to win. Carbondale has to win, right? If they get beat, they're not going to be eligible, and got to win out. And it's a big one. Teams short drives, so hopefully good quality play over there. And a couple of teams that like to throw the football. You don't have a lot of teams that throw it. They both have quarterbacks that can air it out. So hopefully a nice high-scoring game between those teams.
And talking about teams that throw the football, Murphy at Carterville, another big game tonight that we are going to definitely keep a very, very close eye on. Had we not had our big Black Diamond Rivalry rebroadcast tonight here, I think that definitely would have been the option B broadcast for us tonight, among many others. But,
option 2A, and then option 2B would have been DuQuoin and Nashville, because those are some good teams too. And it's at this point you can go, there's so many good games.
Oh yeah,
and this has been the best week forward, I think.
Yeah.
Centralia Mount Vernon could be a really good football game. Both those teams in similar boats as, like you mentioned, Marion and Carbondale. So just great games, Aaron, and just a couple other teams. We didn't mention Harrisburg. They play Herrin. A win makes them eligible for the postseason, and they're looking to bounce back. Kind of shaky the past few weeks.
Right.
Tough opponents in Carterville and Murphy, but you get a little bit of a lighter break against Herrin tonight.
Yeah, and we saw them a couple weeks ago against Carterville here on the Game of the Week as well. We've seen Sesser earlier this season against CZR, which was a good game over at their field in Christopher. So, we'll see what they can do tonight against the Johnston City Indians. Also, you can't forget Pinckneyville at Benton tonight going on. So we'll keep our eyes on that game tonight as well. Coming up, we'll have our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game. That's coming up right after this break. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marty Blue. I'm a chiropractor in Marion, Illinois now, and I do dry needling and Graston technique, a lot of sports med. I just want people to be able to feel comfortable, call me, make an appointment, just love to talk to people, whatever they need. A lot of times people just say, hey, is this a chiropractic thing? And most of the time it is, and if not, I'll show you where you need to go next. I make it very personalized. There's no canned chiropractic. It just, whatever you need, we'll talk about it. So just give me a call.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the Print Shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the Print Shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business. 618-925-1215, or you can check us out on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
All right, we welcome you back to Kelly Field here in Sesser, as it is the Sesser-Valier Red Devils and the Johnston City Indians. And it is now time for our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game. Garrett, what are some of the keys that we are seeing?
Yeah, I'm going to make it simple, Aaron. Keys to the game: win the 50-50 plays. Win the hustle plays. The games or the plays that aren't shown on the stat sheet. These teams are very similar. They can score. They play really good defense. It was a 2-point game last year when Sesser won. His will probably win this contest.
Yeah. And also, we talk every week about some of the players to watch. For Johnston City at quarterback tonight, we have Caden Koenig. Just talk a little bit about his role.
Some stuff, but you got to have a stable quarterback, and the junior Caden Koenig has been just that. Likewise on the opposite side with Trace Payne. Hasn't thrown any interceptions. She's had 5 touchdowns through the air. And then you got the running back duos on both sides. Johnston City with Jace Weaver and Nolan Causey. Weaver 604 through the on the ground, and then Causey 593. 8 touchdowns apiece. And for Sesser, Jace Irwin, Caden Hicks, they can run the rock as well.
All right, we're now going to take a quick, brief break. We'll be right back as we're going to take a break for the national anthem here from Sesser.
This is Thrill Bill at Oasis Power Sports in front of the Marion Mall. I want to let everybody know that we offer so many different products. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show you a bunch. We have a ton of inventory outside. These things are everywhere. Not only do we have all that inventory outside, we have a full house inside as well. So come on down and see us. Let's get it.
Welcome to Wit and Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at www.witandwisdomstore.com.
Black Diamond Harley Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is why I ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have Through the Harley Owners Group Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
We welcome you back to the Moreland-Bishop McDonalds pregame show here from Sesser. Just briefly went over our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game before the break, and the Red Devils, man, they're on the field ready to go as we just got about 3 minutes to go until kickoff here from Sesser, Garrett.
Yeah, and oh man, I'm excited. And another thing, let's see who wins the games within the game. You know, you're broken up into 4 quarters. This game's going to be tightly contested, so I think if you can probably win a couple of the quarters and, you know, feel like you split the other ones, you're going to be in good shape. Quick start, always key. And I feel like these are teams that are tough to come back on, you know, and come from behind against. So whatever team can try to jump out ahead, we might have a back and forth where they're just responding to one another, but I think whoever takes an early lead will be the favorite because they can run the ball so efficiently and chew clock if needed. Be a little bit different for the other sides. Neither team really familiar with being behind in ball games. You know, Johnston City had that last week, but not something they're very used to, and Sesser-Valier certainly not this season.
Right.
But with it being senior night here at Sesser, might have a little bit of an edge out of the gates.
Right.
But man, this thing was a toss-up if there ever was one in terms of who's going to win.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, and you know, the big point of that is Sesser won last year's game 30-28, so just a 2-point difference in last year's game. This has always been I spoke with shadowens, a very, very well competitive game.
And you know, Johnston City probably didn't take that very well, being that they allowed that at home. So looking to respond and try to come back in enemy territory and, you know, give Sesser a taste of their own medicine here.
Yeah. About 50 seconds to kick off here. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week. Once again, I'm Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith. Drew Smith on the sideline for us tonight, sending us some good shots you'll see throughout the game this evening. Both these teams, as we mentioned in the pregame show, undefeated in conference. Sesser is 7-0 on the season. Johnston City 6-1 on the season after their first loss last week against a very good team in Dixon.
Yeah, and we'll see how the Red Devils do to start out. They're going to get the football first, and let's see if they can try to ride the adrenaline and the momentum that is here at Carroll Kelly Field here in their senior night as they travel to Flora next week. Johnston City is at home against Carmi in what could be another really good one.
Right.
Nick Cullum, he will kick off for the Johnston City Indians. And it's going to be picked up. Crossing the 40, across the midfield, and down at the 45 into enemy territory already. Goes Sesser-Valier. So, Aaron, that's
good start.
A pretty good start.
Yeah.
For the home team. Just 7 seconds in. Sesser, the red or the maroon lids and red tops with gray pants. Johnston City, the road team, black helmet, black pants, white shirt. We'll see Trace Payne. He's in the shotgun with a back to his left and a man in motion to the right. Gets the snap and hands it off to Irwin around the right side, and he is going to be tripped up and knocked out around the 40. So a 5-yard gain for Jace Irwin. Pretty efficient first down run. You get anything between 4 or 5 or 6 yards here on first, that's always a win. Anything after that's a bonus. So a good first run around the right end for Irwin. And that's a guy, I didn't mention his stats, but he's found the end zone on the ground 10 times.
Yeah.
866 yards rushing, and that's with that forfeit game that they didn't play. So
Yeah.
he would have even more.
It's senior night here, Garrett, but a lot of this team is controlled by juniors. So this is still a up and coming team. As there is a gain of at least 15 yards, maybe more on a big pass there.
That's Kyan Short. We saw him a lot in that game that we covered against Christopher, and man, they are knocking on the door already. Are the Red Devils, as they got him marked out at the 18. 11:20 and change left here in the first. From Kelly Field in Sesser. And it's so important to score first because then all that pressure goes on the opposition, and especially in a well evenly matched matchup like we have here. Payne in the shotgun by himself. Looking right, looking to throw downfield, and has a man around the 5 wrapped up, and he should be marked at the 5. That's Wilmore. Forward progress. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5.
What a start for the Sesser-Valier Red Devils.
And they're throwing the ball and running it. So
right.
I mean, they're not falling into a routine. Johnston City's having to play some honest defense here on this first possession.
Yeah.
So just 5 yards to get the scoring underway. Started with great field position, and they're taking advantage. Handoff, working right, and Irwin's going to fall forward, maybe got 1 yard. I think they do give him 1 yard. 2nd and 4 from the 4.
Yeah, if you're the Red Devils, as you mentioned, Garrett, you got home field advantage. Johnston City wanting to get retribution tonight, though. They lost their game last year by 2 points against Sesser. So
Sesser's letting them know that's easier said than done.
Right, exactly. 2nd and 4.
And they got the big guy in the backfield. That's Hicks.
That'll be a touchdown for the Sesser-Valier Red Devils. They answer first with about 10 minutes on the clock.
And
Hicks.
I said it. I noticed him. He hadn't been back there any. When he's back there, he's getting the ball. He was really impressive when we watched him earlier in the season. And he cashes in again. And Sesser's up 6-0, pending the PAT.
Yeah, and you mentioned, Garrett, running the ball and throwing the ball. That's if you're a football team and you're able to get the perfect mix of that, things can work very well in your favor, especially against a team that's even as good at defense as Johnston City is.
Yeah, how impressive.
And they're going to go for the 2-point conversion, but it's no good.
Yeah, they're going to be a little short, but, I mean, how impressive was that to march down? And, you had a great position, didn't even have to go 50 yards, but you still got to get in the end zone. Sesser wins that first possession. They take an early lead, 6-0. We're going to take a quick break. This is the WFCN Game of the Week, powered by Swinford Media.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose.
Another low line drive kick at Johnston City will return. I think that was Salazar on the return. And, not getting to midfield, but still, you're going to get to the 40.
Yeah.
Great field position now for Johnston City to set up shop for their first offensive possession. So you'll take that for sure.
Yeah.
just shy, or just past the 40 rather, at the 44. That's where they'll have it marked.
$9:49 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Sesser-Valier answering first, but now the Johnston City Indians have the ball for the first time this game on the 44-yard line. Here's the snap. That'll be Nolan Causey.
Yeah,
And
he's going to pick up 3 or 4 there.
Yeah.
He worked it off to the right side, off the right end. And they'll give him 5. Just shy of midfield at the Johnston City 49. 9:20 to go, quarter 1. Sesser scored at the 9:54 mark on a 4-yard run from Caden Hicks. Went for 2, could not get it. That's where we stand early in this game of the week. Lightson on the carry. And he's pushed out after getting the first Southern Bank first down. Marcus Lightson on the carry. And that's what Johnston City offers. A whole lot of options out of the backfield, Aaron.
Right.
And you'll see Causey and Weaver, the big names, have got a whole bunch of yards and touchdowns on the season, but a lot of options. We mentioned how it keeps the guys honest on the other side last possession. And the same can be said here. Up the middle, first down Weaver, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 25. Another first Southern Bank first down for Johnston City.
So that'll be a 14-yard gain on Weaver for the Indians. 1st and 10 down now to the 26-yard line. Here, maybe instead of a defensive battle, this will be more of an offensive battle tonight on both sides.
They're both good at, they're both sides
right.
are great at both offense and defense. So, yeah, I mean, if they're both scoring, it's going to be a good game. But
right.
Offenses have looked better to start than the defenses. Another flip to another back. That's Trey Johnson, and he'll get a couple. Brought down 2nd and long coming up for Johnston City.
That'll be a gain of about 2 yards. Make it 2nd and 8 for the Johnston City Indians down to the 24-yard line. 7:47 left to go here in the first quarter of play.
That's why this takes such a great, a steady quarterback under center. So many backs, so many guys in motion. You've really got to be on the same page with your backs. And here's another first down run from Nolan Causey.
Looks like
it's a first Southern Bank first down.
Yeah, Nolan Causey was able to really find his way through several of the Red Devils there, and that'll make it down to the 13-yard line. And, Nolan Causey, we talk a lot about, he's now a senior, so we've heard his name when it comes to the Indians several years in a row now. But, man, he really is one of those key players that really is able to carry the Indians, especially in the postseason.
One of the many at
right.
Johnston City, one of the many weapons they have.
Right.
Same formation. They're trying to push Causey for some additional yards, and he will get it. That's going to get him inside the 10, nearing the 5, maybe at the 7-yard line.
About a 6-yard gain around there.
And that's another play that it looked like he got wrapped up pretty quick, but you get the linemen pushing with their momentum behind you, and they get a couple additional yards, and it makes the 2nd and very manageable here at 4 yards to go from the 7-yard line of Sesser. Looking to quickly respond from that Sesser-Valier touchdown. It's Koenig under center, and man in motion to the left. Had something original, or it looks like it might have been something on the defense.
Looks like that'll be on the Red Devils.
Yeah, they were offside, I guess, lining up in the neutral zone. So it's going to be an automatic first down.
Gift to the Indians. They'll get presumably some yardage out of that flag. They'll move the ball right up by the goal line.
Well, that'll give them well, it might be a little short if it's half the distance here. Yeah, they were at the 7, so it's going to bring up second and very short. This close to the goal line, it's half the distance instead of maybe what the normal penalty yardage would be. So they'll call it 2nd and 1. This seems like a play. Don't get too cute. Just get the first down and you get a fresh set of chains.
That'll be a touchdown for the Johnston City Indians, a 7-yard run, and they are answering quick to the Red Devils following a touchdown to begin the game. That'll make it 6-6. Sesser-Valier went for the 2-point conversion after their first touchdown. We'll see what Johnston City does here. Sesser was unable to get those extra 2 points. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here. And it looks like they are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And it is going to be close but good. So it'll be an extra 2 points for the Johnston City Indians, make it 8-6. And Garrett, man, the Indians, when they're able to push through and run the ball that well, I think going for the 2-point conversion was a good idea there.
Early in the game, you don't really have anything to lose there, Aaron. And, 6-6 if you don't get it. You take the lead if you get it. And Johnston City answers quickly. They're up 8-6, 6:10 to go in the first. This is the WFCN Game of the Week, powered by Swinford Media.
Since 1999, Clark Natural Stone is a family-owned business that strives to not only offer you the best selection of rock and mulch in the country, but also provide you with the best service. Clark Natural Stone Slinger Truck is a great option when you need rock, sand, or gravel placed in an area not easily accessible to a conventional dump bed. To schedule your delivery or to ask any questions, call 618-997-3889 or visit our website, clarknaturalstone.com.
We welcome you back to Kelly Field here in Sesser. Man, we got a good game on our hands so far, Garrett. Johnston City 8, Sesser-Valier 6. Johnston City has that advantage of 2 points after they were able to successfully convert on a 2-point conversion, and we got about 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here where it'll be the Red Devils taking over 1st and 10.
Yeah, not even halfway through the first quarter, Aaron, and both teams already finding the end zone. We got Laundry on the field. It's going to be on the offense, the kicking team. Illegal motion, so they'll have to do it again. The Sesser-Valier ended up with great field position, first possession, and they have the potential for receiving that great field position yet again as Johnston City has to march back 5 yards.
All right, here's the second kick, and that'll be right around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, the 35, pushing forward to the 40. Man, these teams have had really good field position to start.
Yeah.
This is the furthest back either side's been, and they're out at the 40, their own 40. So you'll take that for sure. And if you're Sesser, you go down and you score, and you take the lead right back. So this might be that seesaw affair that many could have predicted. Payne in the shotgun, back to his left, rolling out right, looking for a receiver and has a man. That's completed, and stepping out of bounds into Johnston City territory was Caden Hicks. Again, the man who got in earlier.
Yeah, Hicks has definitely been good so far for the Red Devils early in the game, and that'll put a first down right near midfield on the 48-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils.
These teams are not using up all their downs. They're getting the first down conversions.
Right.
first and second downs in the sets, and we'll see which defense steps up because one of them will, and that could end up being the difference tonight. But here's Payne, goes to his back, Irwin, working right. He's wrapped up maybe behind the line or right back at the line is Irwin. Right there at the 48-yard line. So 2nd and 10. No gain, no loss. Five and a half to go, quarter one. 8-6 Johnston City on top of Sesser-Valier.
A lot of action so far in this short game. Once again, ball reigns on the 48-yard line here on the 2nd down for the Red Devils.
Snap to Payne, goes to his back, out left, shedding a couple of would-be tacklers and brought down past the 45, down to the 43 is Dawson Nutt. Saw him find the end zone when we covered him against Christopher on that week. The game was pushed up, that real rainy week that we had. From
the
that,
hurricane week.
Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely a week to remember for this high school football season. So it'll be 3rd and 5 yards to go for the Red Devils on the 43-yard line. Here's the snap.
Payne's just going to keep it. Roll out left, trying to get to the line. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. I think he's going to be a little short. Knocked out at the inside the 40.
Ooh.
He will be short. 4th down.
About a yard or two to go. Just 1 yard to go for the Red Devils. So I'd say, Garrett, as good as you've ran the ball so far tonight, you go for this 4th down.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Stay out there. No reason not to.
Sesser-Valier also going to have to take into account the extra 2 points they lost there on the first touchdown, as Johnston City was able to convert. 39-yard line, 1 yard to go for the 1st down. Here's the snap.
End around handoff, 1st down in, much more, brought down around the 25.
Yeah.
We're just shy of the 25.
It'll be a first Southern Bank 1st down for the Red Devils.
Courtesy of Liam McMurray. Looked like they might go to Hicks, and they had Johnston City fooled and around the edge on a big 4th and short. Big conversion there for Sesser to keep the pressure on the defense.
I'll move the ball all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, closing in on the red zone yet again.
Yeah.
Trying to get this timer winding. Now they got it going. Payne in the shotgun, drops back, looking right, rolling right, has a man, hits him at the 25, trying to shed tacklers, and it's going to be brought down around the line.
Ooh.
A late flag thrown in, and a 2nd and a 3rd, and it's all over the place, so we'll see what the officials have, as all of them had something there.
I would say based off what I've seen, likely going to be on Johnston City, but we'll see.
They're not helping their case by already backing up here, Aaron.
Right.
But we'll await the word from the officials. And Sesser, it looks like a face mask going to be called. And then an unsportsmanlike. So that doesn't help a defense that's already against a really good offense.
Not at all.
So
it moves down to the 10-yard line.
A penalty-induced first Southern Bank 1st down.
Right. So with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, Red Devils have just 10 yards to go till their next touchdown. Here's the snap.
Irwin stays on his feet, ends up picking up yards. Looked like he was going to be dropped for a loss. Somehow stays up, and he's down to the 6. Thought for sure he was going to be brought down around the 12-yard line.
I did too.
Stayed on his feet, kept the feet moving forward, and Johnston City did not wrap up that tackle. So 4 or 5 yards there could go a long way. Payne back to his right. Receivers out to the right. He's rolling right. Tossing to a back. And inside the 5, maybe at the 4.
Liam McMurray for the Red Devils.
3rd and goal.
3-yard line.
This is 2-down territory, you would think. So you got 2 plays to get 3 yards. That's the way you're looking at it here. So we are sub 2 minutes, quarter 1. Payne will be under center with Hicks behind him. End around and into the end zone was McMurray. McMurray finds the end zone and Sesser-Valier regains the lead.
And back and forth is what you like to see in rivalry games. And so far, McMurray on that play right there, looking very good for the Red Devils. And, Garrett, a penalty like that, especially a doubled up penalty, never is a good thing, especially if you're the Johnston City Indians moving them all the way back.
Face masks, they happen on occasion.
Right.
The unsportsmanlike you got to avoid. That's the one that hurts you. We'll go for 2. We'll try end around to the right and open space, and getting in for the 2-pointer is Jace Irwin.
So
that'll
they'll
make the score 14-8.
Yeah, they'll gain back those 2 points that they lost on the first field conversion attempt. 14-8. Sesser-Valier Red Devils here with about 1:43 left to go in the first quarter of play. Real quick, Garrett, also take a look at some of the other plays we had earlier in this game from down on the field. This was, I believe, the first touchdown of the game for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that was Hicks who powered it through.
Then taking a look on the flip side, that's the Indians' first touchdown they had.
Sanders was able to get in.
Yep.
So nice sideline action.
Right, exactly.
Glad we're putting that guy down there to use.
Yeah, and we'll get some more video from that touchdown we just saw as well in just a second. Checking over in Carterville right now at 7-0 against the Murfreesboro Red Devils. Carterville ahead at home. That's also what promises to be a pretty good game tonight. And here's the touchdown we just saw.
That's a great one
from McMurray.
Yeah, on a 3rd and goal. So 3rd downs are big, 4th downs are big, and thus far, Sesser's offense have capitalized on their 3rd and 4th down opportunities. And Johnston City's going to set up shop around the 45-yard line again. DuQuoin and Nashville, they're tied in the first, 7 apiece. Marion, over on the Marion Star Facebook page, they lead Carbondale 14-zip.
Nice.
Herrin and Harrisburg 7 apiece in their ball game.
Yeah. Like what did we say in the pregame show? Hoping for not as many blowouts this week. It looks like so far that that's what we're going to see.
Centralia up 8-3 on Mount Vernon, and Chester keeps rolling. They're up 7-0 on Red Buck.
Here's the snap. Causey is.
Yeah, they get 2 or 3.
Yep.
Going to be out around the 48.5, maybe the 49.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Johnston City Indians out around the 45-yard line. Correction, that'll be the 49-yard line or so. Yeah.
Time winded out in quarter 1. It's a good thing this thing's got more than just 1 quarter, but
yeah,
this is the type of game, and there's still so much that can change, but it's like which team has the ball last is going to win.
And you mentioned which team wins each quarter, so that's
there are games within the game. Here's a big pickup for Weaver, finally brought down inside the 35 for a first Southern Bank first down for the Indians.
Man, if the Indians could somehow answer here before the end of the first quarter, that would really...
they don't even have to in the first.
Right.
They just got to have a successful drive. And, 6 ties it up. You go for 2 again, and or, the 1 to take the lead. But offense is really having their way in this ball game.
So it'll be 34-yard line, 27 seconds left to go as the clock continues to tick. Here's the snap for the Indians. That'll be Causey on a gain. He's still on his feet, but he's finally brought down just shy of the 30-yard line. There's a flag on the field now.
Momentum gets him to the 30. And we will await the call. Timer stops at 15 seconds. So Johnston City will be moving further downfield following a defensive face mask against the Red Devils.
You know, Garrett, in the games we've covered so far this season, we haven't seen very many face mask penalties at all, but tonight, so far, we've already seen 2.
That's the one that you really don't see a whole lot,
right.
So it is odd that we've already seen 2 of them, but hopefully no more.
Hopefully not. So looks like the clock's going to tick down to 0 to end the first quarter of play. Sesser-Valier 14, Johnston City Indians 8. But the Indians are threatening. That's your score right now. We'll be right back as the WFCN News Game of the Week continues here from Sesser-Valier.
It's a place to work hard, to learn, and to grow. It's a place to relieve stress and unwind. It's a place to have fun and enjoy time together. It's a place to be in your own space, to work out alongside friends, or to be part of a bigger community.
The Hub is the place where you belong.
Visit thehubmarion.com for more info.
Once upon a time, there was an angry man with a few sprigs of golden hair. They called him Tony No-Locks. Tony No-Locks wanted to find the perfect pre-owned motorcycle that was just right. So off he went to visit Black Diamond Harley-Davidson. So Tony No-Locks jumped on a pre-owned Road Glide at a great price. Ah, this is just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Black Diamond Harley-Davidson.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
Welcome back to Kelly Field here in Sesser. This is the WFCN News Game of the Week. It's the Johnston City Indians with the football. 3rd down and 9 to go out on the 18-yard line. I'm Aaron Price, once again joined alongside Garrett Smith.
Okay, big play here. Neither side's had to punt the football or turn it over. And there's a big pickup through the middle, fighting near the goal line, and he's in. Causey gets all the way to the goal line and powers forward on a big 3rd and 9, an 18-yard run for Nolan Causey. And Johnston City has knotted it up with 10 minutes to go here, quarter 2.
What a job there by Nolan Causey, man. Let's see, what they had 18 yards to go, I believe, on that. Yeah, 18 yards.
It was 3rd and 9, and he got 9 and then some.
Right. Looks like the Indians are going to go for the two-point conversion once again here. You know, we mentioned it, Garrett, back and forth ball game, and certainly we've seen that so far.
This one looks to be a little short. Went up the gut, they don't get in, so it's going to stay 14 apiece.
Yeah, real quick, Garrett will also take a closer look at that touchdown. I know it was pretty far out on the other end of the field, but we'll take a look at that touchdown we just saw from Nolan Causey, an 18-yarder.
Yeah, as you guys can see there, he just keeps fighting at the very end. Look, 4 guys wrapped up on him, falls forward. Really nicely done from Mr. Causey, and he's got his team back square with Sesser-Valier.
Right. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back here from the WFCN News Game of the Week.
Black Diamond Harley Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is why I ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have, through the Harley Owners Group, Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
Welcome back to Sesser here at Kelly Field. Johnston City Indians just answered once again here, but failed on the two-point conversion. That's where we stand right now with about 10 minutes left in the second quarter of play. 14-14. Man, it's hard to believe that we've already got that much of a score, and we still got 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Garrett.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're on pace for a 50-50 game here.
Yeah.
When I said win the 50-50 plays, I didn't mean score 50 and give up 50, but these teams are on track for it. Sesser returning that time was Borda. He'll be knocked down at the 38. Got some score updates for you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Benton ahead on Pinckneyville 14-zip. Murphy and Carterville 7 apiece. West Frankfort leading AJ 6-0. Marion 14-7 over Carbondale on the Marion Star Facebook page. You can check in on that one. 10-8 Mount Vernon leading Centralia. Herrin 14-7 over Harrisburg in that game.
Wow.
So
Herrin Tigers showing off tonight over in Harrisburg so far.
Long way to go, but a good start for them.
Keep a close eye, as you mentioned once again, Garrett, on that Murphy-Carterville game out in the second quarter.
Knocked down well behind the line.
They'll be back to around the 35-yard line there, so that'll be a loss of about 3 or 4 yards, make it 2nd and 13.
They lost a 3 for McMurray and the Red Devils. 2nd and 13, 9:40 to go, quarter 2, and a 14-14 ball game. Still 7-7 in the DuQuoin-Nashville game, by the way.
Another big one. 9:23 left to go. Here's the snap.
Looking right, immediately gives it out to his receiver. Bobbled and brought back in was Wilmore.
Wilmore almost lost that one, but was able to get control of it quick.
It was a lob pass, and it was almost tipped by one of the linemen, but he'll pick up 4 to make it 3rd and 9. We just saw Johnston City answer a 3rd and 9. See if Sesser-Valier can do it. And if not, this will be the first time we see either defense make a true stand in this ball game.
Right.
And Johnston City will get the ball in the 3rd quarter. So, man, they're thinking, get a stop here, get a score, and we get the ball in the 3rd. So we'll feel pretty good. Payne rolling out. Needs to get rid of it. Got a couple of linemen, just has to get rid of it, and nearly picked, but it's just underthrown from a would-be defender that could have picked that off.
And for the first time tonight, Garrett, that's going to make us see a punt.
Yeah, a huge win defensively. And Johnston City now, as we said, they get the ball in the 3rd. And they need to just keep up the offensive showing that they've had so many options out of the Johnston City backfield. This penalty, not sure. It looked like it must have been something on Sesser, and Johnston City's just going to decline it because it's 4th and 9. But so they'll just decline it, and they'll get the football.
Take another look here quickly at the touchdown we saw from Nolan Causey. You know that Johnston City defense doing well, but offense doing very well tonight as well.
About 4 or 5 defenders touched Nolan Causey, and so all the yardage he got there after contact, pretty impressive. This punt is blocked. So they're going to set up well past midfield.
Man, if you're the Indians there, that is a big break, especially, as you mentioned, Garrett, with getting the ball in the 3rd quarter.
Well, their rusher just got there so quickly, got the arm up and blocked it. So impressive. Special teams showing out. The first punt we've seen, and Johnston City makes it count there. And in a tie game, they are already in positive field position. JC rushes to the line. Koenig under center. Man in motion. Koenig keeps rolling right. Looking for space. And finally, wrapped up, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Didn't looked like he wanted to get rid of it, but had no one open.
Yeah.
So credit to the defensive backs on the opposite side in Sesser, locking up guys, and then a couple of them trail tacklers did not let Koenig get free. So it's going to be 2nd, and they give him right back at the line. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. And take another look at that block we saw there moments ago. What got us to where we're at right now with the Indians. Looking to...
now they got to cash in, and now Sesser, it's their turn defensively to make a big stand. Weaver keeping the legs turning, and he is up nearing the first down marker. He's going to be just shy.
So it'll be around the 20.
They'll give him the first.
It's going to be first Southern Bank first down, the 28-yard line for the Indians. And
had just enough there, and that's all it takes. So now inside the 30, go Johnston City. 7:10 to go, quarter 2, and no reason to rush.
Right.
You don't want to lose your pace. Your pace is why you've scored twice and why you're marching down again, but no reason to rush this. You run some time off the clock, and it'll make it pretty difficult for Sesser.
7 minutes
left. The
left.
other way and respond.
Yep.
Another really good gain on first down. That was Causey again.
All the way up about 8 yards of a gain there. It'll make it 2nd and 2 on the 20-yard line for the Indians. And it's 7. 2nd and 3. Yeah, as you mentioned, Garrett, don't want to rush it here. Plenty of time.
Weaver out around the left end. Makes a man miss. Makes another miss. He's wrapped down inside the 10. Good for a first Southern Bank first down. Be 1st and goal.
Yep, that'll make it 1st and goal. Indians down 2. We'll see where they place it. Looks like it's kind of hard to tell from our vantage point.
It'll be at the 7.
7. So the clock continues to tick now past 6 minutes.
We're seeing them waste a little bit more than we have, and
Right.
I like the decision there. No reason to allow a lot of time there for Sesser because they can move it quick, and they might be able to get it just with a couple of minutes, but still you make it more difficult by having less time there on the clock. Causey's trying to fight forward and stays on his feet, and he gets in. Took a while for that play to develop, but
yeah.
Nolan Causey from 7 yards out in Johnston City regains the lead.
Nolan Causey once again, we just saw that, and well, he did it again. That'll make it 20-14 Indians with the lead with 5:38 left to go here in the first half.
(20-14), and Johnston City now looking to tack on. Going for 2. Koenig under center. Man in motion. Causey, did he cross the plane? He did. He was pushed back, but he had already crossed the football across the goal line. A successful 2-point conversion makes it 22-14 Johnston City.
There's that touchdown we just saw by Causey. And
they get the 2-pointer.
Yeah.
To tack on top of it, and now 5:38 to go, quarter 2, 22-14 Johnston City on top of Sesser-Valier. Another just not giving up and we mentioned it took a little while for that play to get going.
Right.
Looked like he was going to be stood up short, and we said it, the hustle plays, the 50-50 plays, and we've seen a couple of touchdowns in that variety from Causey alone here this evening, and he's helped power them to an early lead.
Over in Carterville, it's 14-7 now, winding down towards halftime.
Well, who's winning, Aaron?
Carterville.
Thank you.
Carterville's winning.
We got to know who's
Should have
winning.
mentioned.
Probably. We'll get that one and many more games at the halftime.
5:38 left to go here in this game in the first half of play. Johnston City was just able to answer to break the tie. It's now 22-14 after the 2-point conversion. Sesser-Valier will have about 5.5 minutes to answer here before halftime. And Garrett, as you mentioned, Johnston City will start with the ball to begin the second half of play.
That's huge.
Yeah.
If they have the lead and get to start with it, that can honestly be the difference.
Oh, yeah.
The way that the offenses are going right now. Good kick and a pretty good return to respond in Wilmore. And so this return was all the way down to the 10, but a good every possession has started at this point. Somewhere in and around the 40-yard line.
Yeah. And we've had overall good, very good return.
Every possession has started at this point. Somewhere in and around the 40-yard line.
Yeah. And we've had overall good, very good returns on both ends of the field tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was the most impressive just because it was definitely the best kickoff either side. You know, they went down the field. It was booted pretty far, but hand off to the big man. That's Hicks, who crosses the 45 to the 46 and brought down.
So it'll be a gain of 5 yards, 2nd and 5 for the Red Devils. Ball be spotted on the 46-yard line.
Now down to just 5 minutes in quarter two. Still a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
Still got a couple timeouts.
Doubled snap there, and there's a flag on the field.
That's going to be on the offensive false start. So that 2nd and 6 is going to turn into 2nd and 11. And you're in a spot now, if you're Sesser, where probably not able to go for it on 4th unless you're right up there by the sticks. But if it's, say, 4th and 6, 4th and 7, 4th and 8, you probably have to end up punting this ball away. And,
yeah.
You really don't want that to happen. If you have to punt it away, then you're looking at, okay, now how can I choose some clock?
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, they're trying to pick up these 11 yards, and they got 2 plays to do it. Payne with a motion man, left to the right. Fakes the handoff, rolling right. Man in the backfield, passes, underthrown, incomplete.
If Lightson had been up a little bit more there, that could have been an interception, but he's just a little too far from the ball. So that'll make it 3rd down and 11 yards to go. As you mentioned, Garrett, 4th down. It's going to be tough here for the Red Devils. So,
and if they don't pick up, the only way I see them going for it on 4th down is if it's about 4th and 1, maybe 4th and a half yard, 4th and 2. 4th and 11, they're punting the ball. They have to,
for sure.
Being in this spot, I would think.
Oh, yeah, I would assume so. 4:23 left to go here in the first half. Ball's on the 41-yard line.
And with that incompletion, timer stops. So if Johnston City does end up getting it back, they're going to have plenty of time and some timeouts. We got something again against the offense.
It'll be another 5 yards.
Yeah, I didn't see the gesture, so I'm not sure what it was, but it's going to be 5 more yards.
Well, it's going to be on the 36-yard line. I'll make it 3rd and long, 3rd and 16 now for the Red Devils.
I will say, though, this is not a play and all-out play. If you can end up completing it good, don't make a big mistake where you end up turning it over and Johnston City already has good field position. And they nearly did, and they did. That might have been picked. No, they say incomplete. It was through one defender's hands, and that's
good thing because I couldn't turn the camera fast enough.
They lucked out.
Right.
But that was kind of going against what I was saying.
Yeah.
You don't have to win the game on this play. It's the
right.
second quarter. They did have a man. It was just a little overthrown.
Right.
But he would have been short of the first down. But a big stop defensively for Johnston City. And now Sesser's got a punt for the second time. The first time they were blocked. So this is going to be a punter that's going to try to get it away very quickly. And this one's off cleanly. And we'll get a side bounce inside the 35. Marked at the 34-yard line.
Checking real quick also, Garrett, some of the other games locally that we are following this evening over in Carterville. It's still 14-7 as they near halftime tonight.
Nashville also 14-7 leading DuQuoin.
Marion also keeping their lead right now over Carbondale. I believe it's 21-7 over there. Pinckneyville and Benton leading 27-0 in that game.
Frankfort up 14-0 on Anna Jonesboro.
Nashville up 14-7 on DuQuoin, and it is actually now tied 14-14 over in Carterville. Good game over there.
And Harrisburg 15-14 on top of Herrin.
That's going to be Weaver.
Yeah, maybe 1-2 yards. He's going to be out down around the 35 with 3:50 and change to go in the first half.
And just a gain of 1 yard there, so that'll be 2nd and 9.
Mount Vernon still leading Centralia 10-8.
If you're the Red Devils here, I would say you just looking at the clock. Obviously, Johnston City gets the ball to begin the third quarter, but you just got to limit the damage here. Hold them to it.
Yeah, don't let them get in. I mean,
right.
Then you're down 2 scores and you got to give the ball up. If you keep it at 1 score, you're always in the game.
Right.
Causey's going to have plenty first and more. That's a first Southern Bank first down for Causey, who's been the main man for Johnston City this evening.
49-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians.
They have 3 timeouts with 3:17 to go. Sesser's got to show some defensive strength here these final 3+ minutes. Can't let them get in the end zone on your behalf, because then down 2 scores and punt or kicking off in the second half, it'll be tough.
Yeah.
They'll mark it at the JC 49. 2:50 to go, quarter 2. Koenig under center, man in motion to the right. Flip to Weaver. Toss was a little behind him. Flag thrown in. Nice job from Weaver to haul that toss in, as it was a little behind him, but did not miss a beat. And we'll see what the flag is. Another face mask.
Third of the night.
Third face mask of the evening.
I'll be honest, Garrett, I don't know if we've seen one face mask in any game that we've called so far this season.
I don't know. We definitely haven't seen 3 all year.
Yeah. Especially in the first half of the game. So the football will be moved down to the Red Devils' 37-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 Indians. With
Timer rolling at 2:30.
Yep.
Koenig goes to the back up the middle and getting a good chunk of that 1st and 10.
No need for a big extravagant play here, Garrett. I think little things like that. They still got, like you mentioned, 3 timeouts and over 2 minutes to go.
I'd actually like to see a little bit more urgency than what they're at now. Yeah, it worked well to start the drive, but now, like you said, just 2 minutes. They're about 15, 20 yards back from where I'd feel really comfortable right now without, calling timeouts. But they have firepower to where they can get down there pretty quick. That's Lightson who picks up the 1st down.
First Southern Bank 1st down for Lightson on the 32-yard line.
Try the 26, Aaron.
26-yard line. Through the side of the window.
Well, don't trust the scoreboard over there.
Yeah.
Trust where the football's laying on the field.
1:32 left to go. And here's the snap. Looks like they're going to throw it, and he does.
Has a man. It's broken up, and that's a nice defensive play.
That's Brian Mann breaking up that play.
If he's a half a step back from the receiver there, that's a touchdown.
Yep.
That ball was thrown in nicely from Koenig, who's not thrown it a whole lot today, but he placed it where if Mann was going to have a play on it, it was just going to be because he could break it up. He was not going to have a chance to make a play on the ball himself. He was going to have to swat it out, and so a good pass, but a better defensive play from Mann. Koenig gets rid of it quick and dropped way behind the line was Weaver. That's a play where you'd almost wish Weaver would have just dropped it. You'd be 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 15 or so?
Yeah, 32-yard line, so that'll move them. Should be around 15, and clock's 57 seconds now. You call a timeout here if you're Johnston City? Yep, and they do. They're going to have to add a little bit back to the...
I think it's actually Sesser who called the timeout.
Is it Sesser that called?
Yeah, 3rd and long, so they'll call the timeout at 57 seconds left in the first half. We got a good one. JC 22, Sesser-Valier 14. This is the WFCN Game of the Week, powered by Swinford Media.
This is Thrill Bill at Oasis Power Sports in front of the Marion Mall. I want to let everybody know that we offer so many different products. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show you a bunch. We have a ton of inventory outside. These things are everywhere. Not only do we have all that inventory outside, we have a full house inside as well. So come on down and see us. Let's get it.
Since 1999, Clark Natural Stone is a family-owned business that strives to not only offer you the best selection of rock and mulch in the country, but also provide you with the best service. Clark Natural Stone Slinger Truck is a great option when you need rock, sand, or gravel placed in an area not easily accessible to a conventional dump bed. To schedule your delivery or to ask any questions, call 618-997-3889 or visit our website, clarknaturalstone.com.
We welcome you back from Kelly Field here in Sesser, where it is 22-14 Johnston City Indians. We got 57.5 seconds left to go to the half. And Garrett, the Indians are threatening here, but not much time left. Here's the snap.
Third and a long 15. And forward progress going to bring him just shy of the original marker, so it's going to be 4th and maybe 11. Now we'll see Johnston City burn one.
Real quick, Garrett, we'll go ahead and stay on for this one, but 47 seconds left. I mean, if you're Johnston City right here, you got, 4th and 11. I'd say don't go for it.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Because really, I'd say, like you said, you have the ball to begin the second half of play. And really,
if you don't get it here, Aaron, Sesser's only got one timeout, and they've got to go, nearly 70 yards. They have to go over 70 yards to score. I don't think there'd be a downside to going for this.
Right. If you do go for it, I'd say definitely run the ball. I wouldn't say don't risk throwing it. In a game like this,
again,
I
think you take a shot. You're up 8.
So go for all the marbles.
I think push the envelope. You don't get it, guess what? They've got to march that far in less than a minute. And I also don't think you burn a timeout there unless you are planning on going for it.
Right. Which I think is what they will do.
Correct.
Right.
I'd be shocked if they don't. If you're going to the halftime and you're not going for it, you let that timer just keep running.
Right. 4th and 11 for the Indians. We'll see what they're able to do here. 47 seconds left to go. Here's the snap.
Man in motion waiver. He's looking to throw it, but he's got nowhere to go, and he's going to be knocked down shy of the 25. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
So the Red Devils will take over on downs. But, you did mention they did run it.
Well, it actually looked like Weaver was rolling out, looking for space, and he might have thrown it downfield.
Right.
But had no options downfield, and decided, hey, let's not have something crazy happen. I'm just going to, secure this football and maybe make something happen with my feet. Get some yards, but not 11. So it's a turnover on downs at 38 seconds left. We'll see if Sesser's going to try anything here. Payne, motion man. There's the toss. And staying in bounds. Timer's going to keep rolling. That's Borda. Somehow didn't get out. So he gets a good chunk of that 1st and 10, but the timer's rolling, just one timeout.
Past 15 seconds now.
Handoff to Irwin, hoping for something big out of him. Nothing there. 3rd down. And that might do it for the first half.
So that is your first half. Your score, Johnston City 22, Sesser-Valier 14. The Indians get the ball to start the second half of play. Coming up, we'll have the Johnny Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show, checking out some scores from all across the region in this big week 8 of high school football here in Southern Illinois. We'll be right back. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week.
Presented by Swinford Media Group. Get ready for a WFCN Game of the Week. Powered by our incredible sponsors. Watermark Auto Group. John A. Logan College. Black Diamond Harley-Davidson. Moreland-Bishop McDonalds. Deaconess, Illinois Medical Center. Chick-Fil-A of Marion. Anderson's Furniture and Mattress. The Illinois Army National Guard. Legence Bank. Kemper CPA Group. The City of Herrin. The City of Sesser. Banterra Bank. Fellowship of Christian Athletes. The Bank of Herrin. State Farm Kenya Garner. SIU Credit Union. SouthernTrust Bank. The Print Shop at Pieces of Learning. First Southern Bank. Anderson Boys Trash Service. State Bank of Whittington. Urology Institute.
At Legence Bank, we make it easy to achieve your financial goals. From investing to purchasing a home and beyond, we are here for you. Working with small businesses, farmers, and individuals, we are your partner in convenient, local, and personalized banking solutions.
Legence Bank has helped us build our locally owned and family-operated business into the Tri-State's #1 furniture and mattress store. They've helped our dreams come true. They've been there every step of the way, and I can't imagine a better bank to work with. Thank you, Legence Bank.
From investing in you to helping our communities grow, we are committed to making a difference at Legence Bank.
3 hospitals, 1 shared vision. Welcome to a new era of care as we introduce Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, dedicated to elevating healthcare for Southern Illinois. From Heartland Regional to now Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, driven to provide you with the highest quality care every single day. And Union County Hospital is now proudly Deaconess Illinois Union County. All combine innovation with compassion, where your health is our #1 priority. Join us as we redefine healthcare together.
Welcome back to Taylor Field here in Sesser, Illinois. This is the John A. Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show. I'm Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith. Drew Smith on the sideline tonight doing video for us. It is currently 22-14. The Johnston City Indians with the lead so far here in this game. Garrett, we also have, as we've mentioned time and time tonight, a lot of different games going on all throughout the region, several of them conference championship games. Taking a look over right now in Carterville. They are up right now at the half, 21-14 over the Murfreesboro Red Devils. That is one conference championship game going on tonight. Also tonight, the DeCoin Indians are down against the Nashville Hornets right now. Nashville with a 14-7 lead at the half. And also the one other game I'll mention is Marion. That's a big game for them tonight. They're leading the Carbondale Terriers 21-7 at home during homecoming. What are the scores you got, Garrett?
Yeah, I got a lot more. Harrisburg 22-14 over Herrin right now. Harrisburg looking to get back to the postseason. With a win, they'd be playoff eligible. West Frankfort needing 2 wins to be playoff eligible, and they're on a good track to get the first one tonight. They're up 28-0 at the half over AJ. Benton all over Pinckneyville 41-0. You mentioned the Nashville DuQuoin game. Carmi-White County, we said, could be in the mix for this Black Diamond Championship. They are taking care of business tonight, 32-14 leading El Dorado. Fairfield 20-0 over Hamilton County, 7-6 CZR over Edwards County. You mentioned Marion, 15-10 Centralia leading Mount Vernon. Chester 21-zip over Redbud. And that is what I got right now. I think I'm missing anything. I think we got all the other ones covered.
Did you get Mount Vernon in there?
Yep, they are trailing Centralia 15-10.
Yeah, once again, our top 6 local pairings tonight, taking a look at, of course, our game tonight here at Sesser-Valier.
Carbondale with a touchdown before the half, 21-14 in that one.
21-14, so they're kind of back in that.
Marion up 7 in that ball game.
Yeah, and if you want to view that, that's live right now over on the Marion Star Facebook page. Our friends down in Marion here on the Swinford Media Group covering that big homecoming game tonight at home. And we'll keep you updated on the scores from Carterville, Nashville, Benton, and Mount Vernon. It is now time for our Kemper CPA by the numbers here on the WFCN Game of the Week. All right, Kemper CPA by the numbers. Garrett, what have we seen so far here in this game?
Yeah, we're going to recap the scoring, and at the 9:54 mark, Sesser-Valier got it going on a 4-yarder run in by Hayden Hicks. Got things going. And then 3-yarder from Sanders for Johnston City to answer the score, make it 8-6. 1:43 mark in the first. McMurray runs it in, 14-8 lead for Sesser-Valier. 10:08 left in the second. 18-yarder from Nolan Causey, and he powered forward, hit 4 or 5 defensive backs on him, and still made it through across the goal line. And then Causey again from 7 yards out at 5:38, giving Johnston City the lead at 22-14, which is where we stand right now. It's the Kemper CPA by the numbers. Scoring recap there in the first half.
All right, thank you, Garrett. As you mentioned, a very, very good game here so far, and it'll be Johnston City to receive the ball to begin the second half of play. We got still quite a bit of time left here in halftime. Let's talk real quick, Garrett. I mean, as we've mentioned, this is a big week for a lot of local teams, but personally, I know it's kind of hard to say because the only game we're seeing right now in person is Sesser, but who do you think here locally has the best shot of seeing the most success in the postseason this year?
There's a lot of teams.
I agree.
Yeah. And a lot of good teams, a lot of really good quality teams. Johnston City looks great. I mean, Sesser-Valier looks awesome. I'm actually going to say Sesser-Valier. And for the reason is that they're at the 1A.
Right.
And they play a lot of 2A schools, and they play in a really tough conference. I'll say them. I will say I think the team playing the best football at the moment, and that could change this evening, is Murfreesboro.
Yep.
Lost that heartbreaker in week 1 against Carbondale, but ever since then they've been rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
And they're a big school. They're 4A, so that's why I see it tough for them in the postseason. Could win some games still.
Yeah.
But they are the best team in terms of what I've seen and what I know in the moment.
Right.
Playoff success-wise, I could see Sesser reeling off 3-4 wins.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and I think, regardless of who goes furthest here locally, I think, as you mentioned, a lot of teams locally this year are going to be playoff eligible. And
a lot of teams in the hunt still.
Right.
There's teams we don't even talk about.
Yeah.
Like, teams in the Black Diamond like Flora.
Right.
Who's playoff eligible. West Frankfort has a very favorable schedule to finish out. They get 5 wins. They've got a shot to be in the postseason. And they got some explosive guys in their backfield. So, and then you talk about the big guns that just keep rocking and rolling, like Johnston City, like Murfreesboro, like DuQuoin. Those are the top names that you always see, but there's so many behind that first line. Harrisburg, I don't think anyone wants to play them in the playoffs. I mean, they showed that last year that they can win.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Without having a crazy good regular season. And there's so many teams. With as good as Sesser and Johnston City's regular season success, Aaron, with how successful they've been, a team that's really, really overlooked is Carmi-White County. And I know a lot of it's because Sesser beat them up in their one game, but that's been so long ago. That was week 4. That's a different team.
Right.
They're scoring a lot of points. They're probably going to be 7-2, 8-1. They're going to win tonight.
Yeah.
But that's another team that could make some noise in the postseason.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be an entertaining postseason. And speaking of the postseason, we will have postseason football coverage here on the Swinford Media Group. Obviously, all those games TBD. We'll take it week by week. But, yeah, following next week, which we will have a break week next week here on the WFCN News Game of the Week, as we'll all be over for the last game of the season in Marion next week as they take on Mattoon over at Wildcat Stadium. And then we will have postseason football coverage here for you beginning the following week here on WFCN News. So an exciting postseason. And I'll also add, kind of briefly, the way we're doing that is we're not going to have video for you, but we will have live audio broadcast along with a regional scoreboard. So you can keep an eye on whatever game we're covering as well as other regional games.
And that is not by choice, correct? That is per IHSA and FHS rules and regulations.
Absolutely, yes. Many local schools, excuse me, as we know, have NFHS, but thankfully no restrictions there if they do have an FHS, as long as we just have just an audio broadcast. So
like an old school radio call, calling some football,
right?
Just with some nice, pretty graphics on the screen.
Yeah, some nice 2024. We're even going to work on maybe getting a graphic that'll show you where the football is on the field and stuff like that. So it'll be really neat and something I'll be getting to work on for sure after this game, since we'll have a little bit of a break for at least WFCN next week. So, yeah, lots of exciting football yet to come here this football season, that is for sure. With that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. This is the Johnny Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show. We'll have another quick score update of some regional games before we begin the second half of play here from Sesser. This is the WFCN News Game of the Week.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
Since 1999, Clark Natural Stone is a family-owned business that strives to not only offer you the best selection of rock and mulch in the country, but also provide you with the best service. Clark Natural Stone Slinger Truck is a great option when you need rock, sand, or gravel placed in an area not easily accessible to a conventional dump bed. To schedule your delivery or to ask any questions, call 618-997-3889 or visit our website, clarknaturalstone.com.
It's a place to work hard, to learn, and to grow. It's a place to relieve stress and unwind. It's a place to have fun and enjoy time together. It's a place to be in your own space, to work out alongside friends, or to be part of a bigger community.
The Hub is the place where you belong.
Visit thehubmarion.com for more info.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Black Diamond Harley Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is why I ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have, through the Harley Owners Group, Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
The philosophy of Legence Bank is sit down with the customer, listen to their needs, and figure it out and figure a solution for them. We want to build relationships with our customers. We just don't want to do a transaction and it stops there.
Community banking is relationships. Legence Bank is relationships. There's so many customers that they are not a number, they are a customer, they are a relationship that's not only financial but personal.
Legence loves local.
Anderson's family of stores has the lowest prices of the year. Get up to 25% off store-wide or 0% financing till 2030. Dining starting at $279, sofas starting at $399, bedrooms starting at $499, and queen mattresses at $179. It's saving season indeed. Thousands of items in stock ready for immediate delivery. Plus, get same-day delivery on most mattresses. Only at Anderson's family of stores.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
This is Thrill Bill at Oasis Power Sports in front of the Marion Mall. I want to let everybody know that we offer so many different products. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show you a bunch. We have a ton of inventory outside. These things are everywhere. Not only do we have all that inventory outside, we have a full house inside as well. So come on down and see us. Let's get it.
Welcome to Wit and Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at www.witandwisdomstore.com.
We welcome you back here at halftime from Sesser, the WFCN game of the week. Johnston City 22, Sesser-Valier, Waltonville 14. That's where we stand right now. Just a couple minutes before we pick up second half. Johnston City set to receive. And they're in the first half. So we went over it. Nolan Causey, he was the guy. I mean, he had a couple of big runs late there in the early in the second quarter, in the midway portion of that period, and the broken tackles. And in the pregame, we discussed how the 50-50, the hustle plays, just the extra pushes on tops of runs were going to be the difference. And right now, he's been the difference. And Johnston City in the driver's seat. A long way to go. But advantage JC there in that first half. Sesser's defense came up big there late in the second, or else they could be in a bigger hole right now. But they forced a fourth down attempt that was unsuccessful for Johnston City. And that's where we stand a little over a minute before we pick up second half play. We'll go over scores again real quick from around the region. Let's see what we got. Carterville, 21-14 last call. That was at the half. Carterville leading Murphy. Herrin and Harrisburg. Harrisburg leading 22-14. 28-0 Frankfort over AJ. 41-0 Benton over Pinckneyville. Nashville DuQuoin, 14-7 Nashville. That game, along with the Carterville-Murphy game, will decide the champs, both sides of the river to river. Carmi-White County, 32-14 over El Dorado. Fairfield, 20-zip over Hamilton County. CZR, 7-6 over Edwards County. Flora, mentioned it early in the broadcast, forfeit victory over TDW Academy out of Missouri. They are 5-3 and playoff eligible. Marion, 21-14, last word, the lead at the half, as Carbondale scored late in that second quarter to bring it within one score. 15-10 Centralia over Mount Vernon. In that contest, Chester 7-0. They're going to get to 8-0 more than likely as they lead up 21-zip on Redbud. Sparta trailing Dupo 14-12. And that is what we have from around Southern Illinois. And we are set for second half action.
That's right, 22-14, Johnston City with the lead here, and we are just about to get underway. I'm Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith. Drew Smith on the sidelines providing video for us here tonight. Thank you for sticking around here with us, as it's gotten a little bit chillier outside as the night has went on, but later on in the season, that's to be expected.
It's still a nice night, and it was a great day in Southern Illinois. Beautiful weather, and yeah, before the sun went down, it was still nice and warm and a real comfortable atmosphere, but I'm not going to complain too much about it being 50s in October. I still like that weather, and great football weather.
Yeah, absolutely. Playoff atmosphere weather is what I like to call it.
You know, that's when we drop down to about 10 degrees.
Yeah.
You're going to be up in the
And then
booth with
it's
the
not-
windows shut, and
then
you're going to
it's-
have
then
the
it's
heat.
90 the next day for some reason.
You're going to have the heater blowing. And Johnston City, nice return out of the gates. They're going to be across midfield on a strong return from Salazar. Juan Salazar gets it across midfield. They'll say at the Sesser 43. So already, Johnston City in great position. And you're just putting more and more pressure on Sesser's defense.
So a good return, as mentioned, will put the ball on the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Here's the snap. It's going to be Jace Weaver, and he gets a gain of a yard or two.
Well, he get about half of it, looked like, that final push.
A little bit more. Okay.
Yeah, he might get 5 or 6 yards on that.
Looks like he will get 5 yards. 5.5 maybe.
Yeah, a long 5-yard gain, because that looks like more than half of the yards picked up, and they mark it 2nd and 5, so probably 2nd and a short 5.
Yeah. Second and 5 for the Indians. Here's the snap.
Koenig. That's Lightson. He breaks free, and he's going to be gone. Lightson all the way from 37 yards out, and a big punch from Johnston City to start this second half.
Marcus Lightson for the Johnston City Indians. An electric start for the second half as the Johnston City Indians score. And there's still over 11 minutes left. That'll make it a 28-14 ball game.
And that's what we said, Aaron. Which team can pull away a lot of pressure now on Sesser-Valier's offense. Not just their offense, but on their defense as well. But a lot of pressure on the Red Devils. That's going to be another successful conversion. That's Weaver, who just keeps moving, and he works his way across the goal line. That's 30-14.
And Garrett, let's take another look at that touchdown by Lightson. Man, when he got through, he got through.
And again, it's another similar looking touchdown. Johnston City running back shedding a couple of tacklers, and missed tackles right now for Sesser looming large in this ball game.
So it'll now be 30-14. Red Devils now going to have to look for a couple plays to bounce back in this game.
And Johnston City getting all these 2-pointers. You're trailing by 2 touchdowns and 2 successful 2-point conversions. So you need a couple of 8-point possessions to knot this thing up, or else you're going to need a third score to overtake Johnston City.
So 11 minutes and 5 seconds left. I guess if you're the Red Devils, you could look at it as a lot of time to do some more damage here if you're a Red Devils fan.
Yeah, we've said it before. At least, if they're going to score, let them score really, really quick.
Right.
And there's still a lot of time on the clock. Good kick. Return man falling back around the 15 is Wilmore. He breaks free and wrapped down at the 40. He was about one man. Had about one guy to beat, and he could have really broken off a big run, but still, same spot, Aaron, right around the 40-yard line.
We've seen a lot of good returns from both teams tonight.
Similar spot starting off. 10:57 to go, quarter 3.
Ball be on the 41-yard line for the Red Devils. Yeah, every single punt has ended up on the 40-yard line or around it tonight.
Payne. End around, handoff. Gaining a couple that time will be Jace Irwin. That'll be a pickup of 4.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Red Devils. 10:20 left to go. Ball's on the 44-yard line. Here's the snap. Hands off. And that'll be...
I think that's Irwin again, and he's going to pick up a couple.
Yeah.
So 3rd and medium coming up. Say 3rd and 4 from their own 47.
And the Red Devils here, you have to get to that first down marker, especially after allowing a big touchdown like that.
Got to at least move the sticks once, even if you don't end up scoring.
Right.
You don't want a 3 now. Payne will keep. He's rolling left, looking downfield. He'll keep it himself. He'll have a first down.
For Southern Bank, first down for the Red Devils on the quarterback keeper.
Throwing out looking for a receiver, but wisely just tucks it and runs and gets the first down and a couple yards extra. Now they cross onto the opposite side into enemy territory to the 47 of Johnston City. That's Irwin again. And just maybe 1.5 on the pickup that time. And he's a guy that if he gets out in open space, it's hard to wrap him up. So if you're going to get him, you got to get him early. And Johnston City on this possession has done that.
About 9 minutes left here. Sesser-Valier Red Devils have the ball at the 46-yard line.
Yep, 9 minutes left, quarter 3.
There's the snap. He hands it off, and that'll be...
That's Caden Hicks. He gets maybe 1. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 coming up. And we've not been able to watch Johnston City this year. It's a fresh face. Odd to see that week 8, but
we did. The only time we saw him and we weren't broadcasting was the very, very first game of the year.
Meet the Indians.
Yeah,
Meet the Redbirds game they had their week 1.
Yep.
Or week 0.
Right.
In Johnston City, but I like their balanced offensive attack, and their defense has been doing enough to keep them in the lead.
That's an interception.
They get picked off. That's Salazar.
He's still going, and there's surprised there aren't some flags there, but that was Salazar, and he's gonna take it down past midfield for the Indians.
And I was just talking how they had done just enough to have the lead, but Juan Salazar puts an exclamation point on it.
Yep.
And now Johnston City in a fantastic point in this ball game, up 2 scores, and a great interception there from Salazar, leaping up and reeling that in.
46-yard line. Here's the snap for the Indians.
Weaver gets maybe 1 on the play. Yeah, gain of 1.
So it'll be 2nd and 9. Just a gain of about 1 yard.
Good math there, Aaron.
Yeah.
Good job.
I graduated 5th grade. What can I say?
There you go.
7:20 left to go for the Indians and the Red Devils, and there's going to be a flag on the field. Illegal procedure on the Indians.
The Indians will march 5 yards back. So 2nd and 14. And how impressive have the Indians been today? I think they are coming into this game pretty well prepared, coming off a really tough opponent. And it probably helped them out that they got to play Dixon the
week before this.
right before them. instead of maybe even earlier in the year or after. Here's Weaver. He's got space. Bounces off a man. He's across the 40 and getting past the 35, still going, and out around the 30 when he's wrapped down. Big first Southern Bank first down for Weaver and the Indians. And he just kept moving. Super explosive back.
Yeah.
That can bounce all around and make guys miss pretty easily. And I've been impressed by both of those lead backs out of the JC backfield in Causey and Weaver.
Well, that's a play we saw earlier. Thought that was that interception that we just saw.
There's Weaver. He's got space again, and he gets a whole lot. He might have another first down. We'll see where they mark him. I think he's got another one. Mark him at the 20. That should be good for a 10-yard gain.
Another face mask penalty.
My goodness.
Fourth of the night.
3 against Sesser-Valier.
Ball be at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Indians following the penalty. Is this Johnston City's place where they are able to break this game wide open? 15 yards to go, 6:27 left. Here's the snap.
Not a whole lot here. Looked like it went to Causey. He'll get maybe one. We got another flag on the field. Far sideline. It's going to be something maybe unsportsman. It is, I think, unsportsmanlike against Sesser-Valier. That hurts.
So that'll move them all the way up to, should be the 4-yard line?
Well, they'll get half the distance here.
7.
So at the 14, and put them at the 7. Half the distance to the goal.
So just 2 yards to go, 2nd and 2 now for the Indians.
Hand off to Sanders, and he is going to be just shy. Inside the 1. And now the clock is Johnston City's friend. They can let that thing keep rolling. And they are on the doorstep about to punch another one in. Look like quarterback keeper up the gut. And it's a touchdown. Koenig with the keeper.
Just mentioned Garrett, the Indians looking for a chance to blow it open, and the more points they're able to get, the more they do that. 36-14, but I think if you're the Indians here, don't want to take anything for granted. Sesser-Valier, they're an undefeated team, so get as much as you can get and don't stop.
Yeah, at this point, don't make any big boneheaded mistakes, right?
Right.
And if you can take care of the football, run the timer down when you're on offense, you feel like you're in a great spot. You put all the pressure on Sesser having to come back and score 3 times. Weaver, he'll bounce around. It looked like he got in, and he did. He falls across the goal line, another successful 2-pointer.
I believe that's every 2-point conversion the Indians have gone for tonight,
they've missed one.
Except for one.
So they've been pretty successful. They've missed just one. They're 4 of 5 going for it.
Well, with that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week here from Sesser.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marty Blue. I'm a chiropractor in Marion, Illinois now, and I do dry needling and Graston technique, a lot of sports med. I just want people to be able to feel comfortable, call me, make an appointment, just Love to talk to people, whatever they need. A lot of times people just say, hey, is this a chiropractic thing? And you know, most of the time it is, and if not, I'll show you where you need to go next. You know, I make it very personalized. There's no canned chiropractic. It just, whatever you need, we'll talk about it. So just give me a call.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
Black Diamond rivalry game here in Sesser-Valier. 5:22 left in the third quarter, and the Johnston City Indians are starting to blow it open here to begin the second half of play. 38-14, and just had two big touchdowns and two successful two-point conversions. That's what puts the Indians back where they are right now. Still keeping an eye over in Carterville. It's 21-17 Carterville in the third quarter play. I would assume Murfreesboro went for a field goal to make it.
They got a successful. They got a field goal to cut it to within 4. So Murphy now a touchdown. If they could get a stop, could put them in the lead.
So it'll be the Indians kicking off here too. The Red Devils.
Oh, and this one could have been recovered by Johnston City. We'll see. And this, when it rains, it pours. It's Johnston City football. That ball was knocked out. The flag thrown in after the fact.
Man, that hurts if you're Sesser.
That was Wilmore who hobbling off the field. So this is going to be Johnston City ball. This was a penalty after the play. It's going to be unsportsmanlike on Johnston City in that celebration, but it's still going to be Johnston City football. It's just going to move it back some. They will start at the 40. A dominant third quarter for Johnston City, trying to put this thing out of reach. .5:15. Here's Causey, breaks free. He'll get to the 34. 6-yard pickup for Causey. Brings up second down from the Sesser 34-yard line.
.445 left to go. It's 2nd and 4. Man, they're tied up now in Marion. 21-21 in the third quarter.
How about those Terriers? Showing some resiliency there.
Collins is almost able to get through there.
Lightson that time.
Or is that Lightson?
With a big pickup up the gut. Going to move the chains for a first Southern Bank first down.
Yeah, and obviously we got that Marion game live right now. Homecoming game over on the Marion Star. DeCoy Nashville also tied right now, 14-14 in the third quarter. And as we mentioned just a little while ago, a very close game in the third quarter, 21-17. Carterville with the lead.
Causey with a good chunk again on first down. 3:55 to go, quarter 3. And again, if you're Johnston City, Aaron, you just let this time keep running. The more plays you're out there offensively, the better off you are, even if you don't score.
Right.
You're in great shape just by being out there offensively, keeping the ball out of the hands of Sesser with this deficit.
3:32 left on the clock. 2nd and 6 for the Indians on the 17-yard line.
Koenig, handoff, man bouncing off the right side, staying on his feet, and inside the goal line and scoring is Trey Johnson. 17-yard rush from Trey Johnson. Might have put the cap on this one.
I think it might have. 44-14 now, and we just got 3 minutes left till the start of the fourth quarter. Man, the last about 10 minutes or so of this game has hurt if you are a Sesser-Valier fan, for sure.
It's been one-sided here in this third quarter. Already 3 touchdowns for Johnston City and putting it out of reach. We go for 2. We have a flag. And getting in, but we'll see what the flag is. Could be a legal motion on the offense.
So we'll move it back 5 yards. Let's take another quick look at that touchdown we just saw from the Indians.
Again, Aaron, a broken tackle.
Right.
That allows an Indian touchdown. That's been the difference. So we got
yeah.
a good view of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Great camera work down there. Whoever's doing that for us.
I don't know. That's Drew Smith down there.
Never mind then. I'm
On the
not going to say
sideline.
good job then. JC trying for their 2-pointer. That's Lightson, and he's going to be well short after the penalty moved him back. So it's 44-14, Johnston City on top of Sesser. 3:17 to go left in quarter 3 from the WFCN Game of the Week here in Sesser.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marty Blue. I'm a chiropractor in Marion, Illinois now, and I do dry needling and Graston technique, a lot of sports med. I just want people to be able to feel comfortable, call me, make an appointment, just love to talk to people, whatever they need. A lot of times people just say, hey, is this a chiropractic thing? And most of the time it is, and if not, I'll show you where you need to go next. I make it very personalized. There's no canned chiropractic. It's just, whatever you need, we'll talk about it. So just give me a call.
Since 1999, Clark Natural Stone is a family-owned business that strives to not only offer you the best selection of rock and mulch in the country, but also provide you with the best service. Clark Natural Stone Slinger Truck is a great option when you need rock, sand, or gravel placed in an area not easily accessible to a conventional dump bed. To schedule your delivery or to ask any questions, call 618-997-3889 or visit our website, clarknaturalstone.com.
Welcome back to the WFCN Game of the Week. Sesser-Valier Red Devils looking to get a touchdown here. They've been silent so far to begin this second half. He's going to be past the 30 and once again right around the 40-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Man, we've seen that pretty much all night tonight. Returns ending up right around the 40-yard line. Either it's the 40-yard line on one side of the field or the other, but regardless, that'll make it 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. 3 minutes, 8 seconds left to go. Not impossible to get back here, but it's looking pretty grim right now for the Red Devils in this game, especially with an offense as strong as Johnston City has had tonight. Ball's going to be on the 35-yard line to be exact. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper's going to be near midfield, past the 45-yard line. That should be enough for a First Southern Bank first down. Is out, I'd say, near the 45-yard line or so. Just shy of midfield. 3 minutes, 2 seconds left. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line for the Red Devils on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, Aaron, this game was 14-8, Sesser-Valier.
Yeah.
Now it's 44-14, Johnston City.
Here's the handoff.
It's Irwin staying on his feet. Diving to the 45. So 2nd and 3 coming up for Sesser.
.225 left to go. Ball's on the 45-yard line. 2nd and 3 for the Red Devils. Here's the snap. He hands it off. And not going to be much of a gain at all there, if any, right around the line. That'll make it, in fact, it's a loss. 2nd and 3, or 3rd and 3 now on the 45-yard line. 2:06 left to go.
Yeah, that's Borda. Was in there in place of Payne at the quarterback position.
28-17 now. Carterville, as the Lions have opened up a little bit of a lead now.
Yeah, 2 scores. 3rd and short. Borda keeps looking downfield, and that's hauled in. That's a catch. What a pass and completion from Borda to Wilmore. That was a nice looking play.
That was. So it'll be 1st and 10 Red Devils down by the, we'll have to wait and see, 19-yard line or so.
So Borda trying to bring this Red Devil offense to life. Back to his right. Low snap, has to get on top of it. That went between his legs. That's around the 30 where it backs up Sesser. So right when they get some momentum, that one moves them back quite a bit. 2nd and 21 for Sesser-Valier.
About 1 minute left here as the Red Devils will have 2nd and 21 now.
They got their work cut out for them if they want something to happen here in this contest. See if Border looks to air it out again. Gets the snap, and he'll go to his back. Irwin gets rolled up right around where he started. So 3rd and very long still. Half a minute to go in the 3rd. Time still winding in quarter 3. 3rd and long. 3rd and 20 is what Sesser set up with. Down under 10 seconds. The last play, potentially. Tossed out to his receiver. And wrapped up that time was McMurray.
That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter.
So McMurray gets a couple of yards, but it's going to bring up a 4th and very long for Sesser. Johnston City 44 and Sesser-Valier 14 through 3 quarters of play on the WFCN Game of the Week, powered by Swinford Media.
Anderson's family of stores has the lowest prices of the year. Get up to 25% off store-wide or 0% financing till 2030. Dining starting at $279, sofas starting at $399, bedrooms starting at $499, and queen mattresses at $179. It's saving season indeed. Thousands of items in stock ready for immediate delivery. Plus, get same-day delivery on most mattresses. Only at Anderson's family of stores.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
This is Thrill Bill at Oasis Power Sports in front of the Marion Mall. I want to let everybody know that we offer so many different products. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show you a bunch. We have a ton of inventory outside. These things are everywhere. Not only do we have all that inventory outside, we have a full house inside as well. So come on down and see us. Let's get it.
Welcome to Wit and Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at www.witandwisdomstore.com.
We welcome you back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. It's the Sesser-Valier Red Devils ball, but big 4th and 19, and now there's a timeout called by the Johnston City Indians. And sometimes, Garrett, when we're on the break, you always would like to know that they're just about to call a timeout before you come back on, right? That's all right, though. Tell us a little bit about some of the other score updates we have around the region right now.
Let's see what we got. Carterville still up 28-17 on Murphy last time we checked there. Nashville 21-14 over DuQuoin. West Frankfort 34-7 over Anna Jonesboro. 32-14 Carmi leading El Dorado. Last word there. Benton running it up against Pinckneyville 54-7. Good one on the Marion Star Facebook page. 21-21 Carbondale and Marion. 29-21 Harrisburg leading Herrin in the third quarter. Centralia 21-10 leading Mount Vernon. Chester well on their way to an 8-0 record. They're up 44-7 on Redbud. And a couple others out there. Fairfield still leading Hamco 20-0.
All right. Timeout's over now as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
4th and 19. Long way to go for Borda and the Red Devils. He drops back. The lefty's looking left, has to roll right. He breaks free. He's got a long way to go. Borda down the sideline, and he's going to be knocked out. 4 yards short.
Regardless, they don't get the first down, but good run there.
Yeah, that only gets you so far at this point, though.
Right.
Needed 19, got about 15 or 16. But and this has been the second half has been all Johnston City. And they've really picked it up defensively in the second half. Saw that nice interception from Salazar, and the offense has just kept on trucking since the beginning.
And like you said, Garrett, it was 14-6, and now it's 44-14. So Johnston City has definitely come back, and they've come back in a big way.
Causey will pick up a couple.
Once again, we invite you to be part of the Deaconess, Illinois postgame show coming up after the game. We'll have highlights from this game, along with games all throughout the Southern Illinois region.
And what an opportunity this gives Carmi next week to try to find a way to beat this Johnston City team and make it a three-way tie atop the Black Diamond. Lights in a big carry. He's got well enough for a first down, but we await the flag.
Maybe another face mask.
That'd be a good guess.
That's a good guess. Yeah.
We'll see what it is. That seems like you put your money on that one tonight. As many times as that's called. It's just the typical holding on the offense.
The one time that I said something. So they'll be moved back to...
There'll be a 10-yard penalty on the spot foul. So it'll just be 2nd and 10.
About 11 minutes left here in the final quarter of play.
And the Indians just trying to put a bow on this thing and wrap it up. A couple run plays, take care of the football, and you get out of here. Weaver, left side, making a couple of guys miss. Flag thrown in well in the backfield. Flag well after Weaver had gotten out of the backfield, so we will see what this one's all about. So Sesser gets hit with a personal foul. That'll be a 15-yarder and a first down. And we'll run the timer. 10:45 to go. Ball's loose and picked up in the backfield. That was Trey Johnson who picked it up off the grass, but a big loss on the broken play for Johnston City. A 5-yard loss to make it 2nd and 15 with 10 and some change to go in this ball game. Johnston City in action next week. They host Carmi-White County to round out the regular season. Sesser-Valier heads to Flora. Flora in a big game, trying to make it to the postseason. Causey following a blocker, and he's got more than enough for a first Southern Bank first down. And that lead blocker just led the charge that time. Another big run from Causey and the Indians. So even when you pin them back 2nd and 15 after a broken play loss of 5, Causey rips one off for a big first down, and just 9.5 to go. Johnson working, trying to get a corner on the right side. He's dropped at the 40.
It'll be 2nd and 3 now, with about 9 minutes left in the game. Still 28-17 over in Carterville now in the 4th quarter of play. Elsewhere in Southern Illinois tonight, a good game right now over in Marion. Still tied 21-21 there at last check.
That's a fun one.
21-14, Nashville over DuQuoin in the 4th quarter. That's another good one.
Yeah, it's a great game, great teams. Both teams playing really good football. DuQuoin, Nashville, both in that group of teams playing the best football right now.
Yep.
There's his lights and bounces off one man and dropped. Falling forward just shy of the 35. That's enough for a first Southern Bank first down. Harrisburg pulling away from Herrin in that game, Aaron. Yep. 37-21. Centralia up 12 on Mount Vernon in the 3rd. West Frankfort up big on Anna Jonesboro in the 4th. Bouncing out left side and wrapped around and thrown out of bounds was Weaver.
It'll be a holding penalty against the Indians.
And that'll back them up. and will negate the Weaver run. They'll put him at the 43. First and 17 for Johnston City.
Here's the snap, and it's going to be Causey past the 35-yard line, right down around the 33, 34.
Gets past the original line. This is going to bring up second down. About 2nd and 8. $7:15 left. Make sure you tune in our post-game coverage.
We'd also like to thank everyone here at Sesser-Valier, being very hospitable this evening.
Absolutely. Here's Johnson. Bounces off. Defender, he's going to be maybe a little short of picking up a first. No, he'll get it. That's a first Southern Bank first down.
For all the different fields we've been to all across the area this season, overall we've had some great football streamed here so far this season, and more great football yet to come in the playoffs.
The one I am most grateful for was when we were over in Christopher and we weren't sure of our setup, and it rained and rained the whole day, and those people over there made sure we were under a roof.
That's right.
So likewise here, but we would have at least been okay if we had to be out in the open air.
Some of the guys right over to our left from Sesser-Valier will remember that, because that was Sesser and CZR's game over in Christopher. So definitely literally the wettest game of the year.
Well, you were a part of one when I was away for when you had Carterville and West Frankfort.
Well, yeah. I forgot about that. That was a 2-hour lightning delay.
And I don't think you were under roof. So
I was not. No, that was an interesting week.
I think I picked a good one to miss.
Yes, you did. Yes.
I would have been a wreck trying to figure out what we're doing and where we're going. But for the most part, great weather this football season. We'll hope it keeps going.
Yeah.
5:50 to go in this one. 44-14 Johnston City.
Flag on the field now. We'd also like to thank some of the other people behind the scenes that make this broadcast possible. Ross Swinford, who makes all of the graphics that you see on your screen, and all of the large majority of the ads as well. And of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors who make this broadcast possible each week.
I wouldn't be here without them. That's Weaver. Weaver gets quite a bit there on first down, but they had a long way to go.
Yeah.
They will spot it at the Sesser 25. Nashville up 28-14. They get another score. How impressive have they been? I mean, they've looked great. It's the one loss. Lightson works up the middle. And it'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, Garrett, it'll be interesting to see which game we'll end up picking out for our Week 1 playoff game. Obviously, some games usually are mixed between Friday and Saturday.
Maybe with the double dip potentially. You never know. You never know.
Especially later on in the season, that would definitely be into the playoffs. And as we mentioned, a lot of teams likely going to make it this year.
That's Causey right in. And a flag thrown in as he went out of bounds. Going to be holding against the offense. So Johnston City will be moved back after what would have been more than enough for a first down. $4:25 to go, and the timer rolling. Make sure to get you some finals, some other scores in action in our Deaconess postgame show. Causey bounces off a couple. He's free and looking to get in, and he's just knocked out a few yards short, but it's enough for a First Southern Bank first down.
This will be first and goal for the Indians with 4 minutes left to go.
And I'll say, Aaron, first time seeing Johnston City this year, and they are as good as advertised.
Yeah.
We kept with our updates last week when they played Dixon, but man, oh man.
When you
doing this against a team that's really good as Lightson punches it in from 3 yards out.
Yeah, when you are as good as you are against a team like Dixon, I mean, in regular season, is just, I have high hopes for the Johnston City Indians.
It even goes past that. This is against a team in Sesser. This is Sesser-Valier team that's going to win postseason games.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to go into the postseason and win football games.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnston City has come here on the road and just put it to them.
They've gotten their payback tonight from last year's game that they lost by 2 points.
And let's hope Sesser-Valier takes it in stride and says, all right, we got humbled. We got hit in the mouth. Let's be happy it happened in the regular season. Let's get it past us. And because there's so much pressure on you when you go into the postseason unbeaten. And you get this one out of the way now and see if you can make a run come postseason time.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
Welcome back to Sesser as the Indians are going to go for their 2-point conversion. Ball's dropped. So the conversion attempt fails for Johnston City, but that's no big loss as they're now ahead 50-14 with 3:57 left to go in the ball game. Any other score updates regionally, Garrett?
Well, that's 42 unanswered from Johnston City. I'll say that real quick, but we got a final. Carmi-White County now 7-1. They beat El Dorado 40-30. So now Carmi, they're in the mix still for that Black Diamond Championship. And let's see elsewhere. Carterville still up 28-17 on Murphy in the fourth. Frankfort leading late in that game 34-7 over Anna Jonesboro. Nashville in the fourth leading 28-14 over DuQuoin. That's going to be the winner of that game is going to win the Mississippi. The winner of the Carterville-Murphy gets the Ohio. Marion up 28-21 on Carbondale in that South 7 matchup. Over on the Marion Star Facebook page, you can tune into that one. Centralia 35-16 over Mount Vernon. 37-27 Harrisburg over Herrin, and that one in the fourth. Chester, they get to 8-0. They're 44-7 victors over Redbud. The Benton Rangers win 54-7 over Pinckneyville. Some of the scores updates that we got. We'll get you some more in our Deaconess postgame coverage after the ball game.
So it'll be Sesser with one more, likely one more chance, maybe two, to get some added points to the board here tonight. 50-14, 3:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. After tonight, the Johnston City Indians will move to 7-1 on the season and will remain undefeated in conference.
Yeah, 42 unanswered is an insane number. And that's what Johnston City's done since they trailed 14-8 in the first. That's Galloway on the return. He's brought down after getting to the Johnston City 40. Aaron Sesser has not scored since the 1:43 mark in the first quarter.
Crazy.
How about Johnston City's defense? We said it.
Yeah.
Both sides defenses were struggling. They've not allowed a score since the first quarter. And their offense has been even better here in the second half than it was in the first half.
Yeah.
This team's legit, and they are. I mean, if they hadn't already proved that, going forward, coming into this week, I mean, they really have now. I mean, they've been fantastic, all aspects of the ball, all three sides, because, special teams even had some good kicks. They blocked a punt. They have been really impressive, and I don't think anyone wants to play them.
No, and I think they're a team that will definitely probably very, very good probability we'll see them at some point in our postseason coverage into the postseason. So we are going to take a quick timeout.
Real quick, Aaron back in that game, 37-35. Harrisburg Harrisburg up only 2 now on Herrin, 37-35.
Herrin Tigers looking to put an exclamation point at towards the end of the season. I'm sure that's a good game. They're at Harrisburg. Yeah. We'll follow some updates on that game as well. But elsewhere, as we mentioned, the Marion game going on now on the Marion Star. I'm trying to get an update. They're in the fourth quarter now, 28-21. Wildcats ahead, but there's still 10. Oh, okay, update. 28-27. 10:36 left to go. And now the Terriers just kicked an extra point, and it's a tie ball game in Marion, 28-28.
So they got their 7 back, and it's tied there.
So, go. Be sure to tune in there if you're
Make sure you
interested
tune in there right after we wrap up our postgame
right after
coverage.
we see Sesser-Valier lose by how many? 40 some odd.
Yeah, but let them get our postgame. We always have a nice postgame, get some scores in there, and then they can jump in that one when that one's in triple overtime.
That's true. Yes. I don't think we haven't seen an overtime game here on our broadcast yet this season. I don't know if any off the top of my head that have went into overtime.
We don't see a whole lot around here. I feel like they are a rarity, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And
I know one of the games.
Not going to be one here tonight in our game, but
one of the only games I actually covered last year that went in overtime was Johnston City actually in the postseason. I believe it might have been week 9. I believe last year they went in overtime.
Might have been their round 1 matchup. Didn't they play?
It was very early, I know, in the postseason if it was.
Auburn. They played Auburn in round 1. I think they won 16-8.
Yeah.
It's a low-scoring ball game. Could have been that one. I could have been making that up.
Could have been. I honestly don't remember. But
that's who they beat by that score in the first round. I don't know if it went to overtime, but
right. Yeah, it was either a week 9 game or it was very early in the postseason.
It very, very easily could have been week 9 against Carmi. For all we know, those are 2 really good teams.
Yeah.
2.5 left. 50-14. Sesser looking for one final push. Borda, he'll keep. He'll be wrapped up after crossing the 35.
2:13, 2:12 left to go now in this ball game. Pending the final score, looks like they're starting to run out of time. It looks like.
How about the turnaround for Carterville?
Yeah, it looks like the Carterville Lions will likely be taking that game, and the.
They got embarrassed week 1 when we were over there.
Oh yeah, against them.
And man, they have flipped their season upside down. Good for the Carterville Lions and Coach Brett Dial.
They didn't go 8-1 like you said, but they did flip their season around.
They got pretty dang close.
Yeah, they did.
And being that they lost 40-something to nothing in that game, that was a pretty bold prediction by me.
That was, yes.
I like that I came pretty close to
Pretty
getting it
close.
on the nail.
Yep.
If I would have known they played St. Joe Ogden, I probably would have said they
yeah.
got that loss also.
Right.
But with that, them being ranked fourth in the state in 3A, St. Joe is. So and that was a game they almost won. So.
Right. 1 minute left. Nice pass there, and that's going to be in the hands of, is that a touchdown?
I think he might have got in.
He did. That's a touchdown for the Red Devils. So for the first time since the first quarter of play, the Sesser-Valier Red Devils will answer. That'll make it 50-20. Kyan Short is good for a 24-yard touchdown to put the Red Devils into the 20-point range, and looks like they're going to go. Why not go for a 2-point conversion here?
I actually like what we've seen out of Borda coming in as the second stringer, and coming in for Payne. Couldn't get it going there early in the second half, and the lefty has come in and held his own back there.
I think that's good. Yeah, that is going to be good for the 2-point conversion, so that'll make it 50-22. Sesser-Valier putting a little bit of fireworks on the end of the game, but regardless.
Our lone touchdown pass after all of those rushes that have been in for both sides.
Yeah. Final from AJ, West Frankfort 40 and the Jonesboro 20.
Frankfort's postseason hopes stay alive.
Yeah.
So,
and we'll have more of those scores and much more coming up here in just a little bit on the Deaconess Illinois postgame show. What else we got right now?
Still got the ones, still waiting on the Herrin-Harrisburg game. You mentioned Carbondale and Marion knotted up at 28.
Yeah, I'm going to turn that game on, I think.
Centralia pulling away. Chester clinches the outright in the Cahokia, Illinois division. It was Breeze Central who could have clinched Mississippi. They would have won their contest, but...
Real quick, I want to mention we were talking about the game last year that went into overtime for Johnston City. Special thanks to a couple people in the comments section. It was actually this game last year.
Oh, okay,
that
cool.
went into overtime.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, it was this game.
I didn't realize that. Thank you guys for telling us.
That's what made it as close as it was, the 2-point game.
Makes sense. Sounds like a 2-point conversion and a not successful 2-point attempt that decided that ball game.
Now remembering that is what it was, yes.
Low kick. This is going towards the sideline. It might have been recovered by Sesser, and it was. So Sesser's going to get the football back.
They're down but never out. No, well.
How about that? Out of nowhere.
Yeah. Chance to possibly add on even more.
It didn't look like credit to the special teams there that got down there and jumped on that football. Looked like Johnston City was going to be content with it going out of bounds, but they didn't get the chance as the coverage team got down there and jumped on that football. Marion looks like they're marching, but still a lot of time left in that game.
Yeah.
We're under a minute left in this one. It's Borda rolling out left. He'll toss to his receiver. That's McMurray. He's got first down and much more as he's brought down. That's a first Southern Bank first down.
Got to give credit to McMurray. He's been a name we've mentioned a lot tonight for the Red Devils. Playing a big role in the touchdowns they did get.
Murfreesboro gets the touchdown. I'm not sure how much time's left, but they get in the end zone. Just a minute and a half left in that contest.
Dawson Nutt on a touchdown for the Red Devils as we were looking at the Murphy score. So that'll be 2 touchdowns just like they started this game to end the game. And, all of a sudden.
That's a 20-second span between the last touchdown and this one. 59-second mark and now at the 39-second mark. But
if only it was a closer game for the Red Devils, they'd be in. We have an electric crowd right now, and they're going to go for the 2-point conversion
it's
again.
It's a game of momentum. It's a sport of momentum. Take this momentum into next week. No harm done. 2-pointer's going to be good here as Borda just runs it in, but take this into your game against Flora. You're going to play a hungry Flora team that, with a win, will clinch a playoff berth. don't go up there and think it's just is a given that you're going to win.
Right.
So you're playing a team with, basically already in a playoff environment for Flora, who needs a win to clinch a spot. So go in there and just bounce back, burn the tape from this one, and find a way to go into the postseason on a high note.
Since we were
yapping
away, since we were yapping away on that touchdown, let's replay it here from our sideline camera.
Yeah, just a nice run there from Nutt that time, who ran that one in from 13 yards. And it's another team. We mentioned Johnston City, a team that's got a lot of guys. I've said it too. Sesser has a lot of weapons.
Right, they do, yeah.
And I'd like to see Nutt more in the offense than we have here today. And maybe just the matchup didn't work out, and whatever the case may be. Jace Irwin seems to be their lead back. That's who they like to go to. Caden Hicks is a big back that can find ways to get first downs, but he didn't have a lot of looks today like we saw against Christopher when he had like 4 touchdowns. But he's a guy that need to bring into the offense. But I think we got an update.
Touchdown for the Wildcats with 5:39 left, 34-28 in that game. Marion with the lead, and they're going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Still a good amount of time left in that game. So this is a big 2-point attempt they're going for. They don't get it. A Terrier touchdown, PAT gives them the lead. But if you get it, you kind of force the pressure on them to go for it.
28-25 Carterville with the lead over in Carterville right now.
Still Harrisburg 37-35, wanting to get a final word from there, but Herrin hanging in that ball game.
Yeah, we'll have a complete recap of all these scores as they're going to take a knee, and that will be the end of the game. The Johnston City Indians 50, the Sesser-Valier Red Devils 30, and they will take this Black Diamond rivalry game. And they hand the Sesser-Valier Red Devils their first loss of the season. Red Devils record this season 7-1, and the Johnston City Indians record this season will move to 8-1.
7-1, likewise.
7. Oh yeah, because we're at week 8. Yes, 7-1 likewise. So yes, both are now 7-1. Thanks for that reminder. All right, so we are going to have the Deaconess Illinois postgame show, and going to keep an eye on some of these games, Garrett. So it's going to come down to the
Keeping an
run.
eye on Herrin. Let's see if they can pull off
We're going to have maybe an interesting postgame show coming up here. So stay tuned. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week.
Presented by Swinford Media Group. Get ready for a WFCN Game of the Week. Powered by our incredible sponsors. Watermark Auto Group. John A. Logan College. Black Diamond Harley Davidson. Moreland-Bishop McDonalds. Deaconess Illinois Medical Center. Chick-Fil-A of Marion. Anderson's Furniture and Mattress. The Illinois Army National Guard. Legence Bank. Kemper CPA Group. The City of Herrin. The City of Sesser. Banterra Bank. Fellowship of Christian Athletes. The Bank of Herrin. State Farm Kenya Garner. SIU Credit Union. SouthernTrust Bank. The Print Shop at Pieces of Learning. First Southern Bank. Anderson Boys Trash Service, State Bank of Whittington, Urology Institute,
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
3 hospitals, 1 shared vision. Welcome to a new era of care as we introduce Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, dedicated to elevating healthcare for Southern Illinois. From Heartland Regional to now Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, driven to provide you with the highest quality care every single day. And Union County Hospital is now proudly Deaconess Illinois Union County. All combine innovation with compassion, where your health is our #1 priority. Join us as we redefine healthcare together.
Black Diamond Harley Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is why I ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have, through the Harley Owners Group, Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
This is the Deaconess Illinois postgame show here on the WFCN Game of the Week. We welcome you back. And Garrett, man, it has been a great day of football all across Southern Illinois. We got some score updates that we're going to put up on the screen for you right now. Some of these are live and some of these are finals. But Johnston City is just edging off Sesser-Valier 50-30. Live game right now in Marion. They're ahead, the Wildcats 36-28 over Carbondale.
It's still about 6 or 7 minutes left in that one.
We do have a final now from Carterville. They win over the Murfreesboro Red Devils 28-25.
And win the Ohio.
That's right. They win the River to River Ohio Vision. Also, the Nashville Hornets winning over the DuQuoin Indians 28-14.
To win the Mississippi.
They win the River to River Mississippi division. Benton, a big win tonight over Pinckneyville, 54-7. And still ongoing right now, Centralia 35, Mount Vernon 16. And you want to talk about that Herrin game, is that right?
I did. But Harrisburg scored again. So Harrisburg, they need a win to be playoff eligible. They're 44-35 up in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Carterville's win tonight not only gets them the Ohio, they clinch a berth into the postseason by getting their 6th win.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of teams that hit 5 to make them eligible: Benton and Fairfield, Marion, Centralia, Harrisburg, all in action, still trying to get that 5th win to be playoff eligible.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other scores: West Frankfort 40-20 over AJ. West Frankfort gets to 4-4. A win next week makes them playoff eligible. Another game out there: Carmi-White County 40-30. They are in the mix for the Black Diamond Championship. If they win next week, they are in a 3-way tie for the Black Diamond. And wouldn't that be something?
That would.
Carmi coming all the way back. Fairfield 40-14. As I mentioned, they are now 5 wins to get them over the hump and playoff eligible. They could clinch it next week with a victory. And the Chester Yellow Jackets, a little out of our region, but man, oh man, we've been seeing their scores all season long, and they continue to run it up on teams. 44-7 over Redbud, and they are now 8-0 and 1 week away from a perfect regular season. We got other live scores out there elsewhere we'll get to you right before we get off here. But, there's games all over the place, Aaron. A lot of good games tonight. We anticipated it, and it did not fail.
Yeah. And it looks like, just looking over at the Marion-Carbondale game,
Carbondale's on the goal line. They're on the goal line, so they've got a good opportunity. They will need a 2-point conversion after Marion converted theirs.
Mm-hmm.
But a good game there. It looks like Carbondale might have punched it in. They did.
Yeah, they did. So we'll keep a close eye on that game. Again, they got to get the 2-point conversion. We'll let you know as soon as we know. But if you want to view that game live right now, we've got that over on our on the Marion Star. Friends over there streaming that game tonight. And we are going to have a full update on all the final scores posted up to our page here in just a moment. But first, it is time for our Kemper CPA Group by the Garrett, what do we got for the by the numbers this evening?
We had a lot of scores, a lot more than normal, and it kicked off first score of the ball game, a 4-yard run from Hicks to get Sesser-Valier on the board, 6-0. Then Sanders followed it up for Johnston City to get in from 3 yards out, making it 8-6 for Johnston City. Then a 3-yarder from McMurray. Sesser-Valier jumps back up 14-8. And then after that, an 18-yard run from Causey to not to score at 14 apiece. And then Causey does it again from 7 yards out, and Johnston City takes the lead. And that came after that blocked punt that set them up. You see Causey fighting it in for the score. Lightson had a big 37-yarder there early in the third. See him breaking through for a touchdown. Koenig, he ran it in on the goal line. And then 17-yarder from Johnson to make it 44-14. Lightson from 3 yards out. He got in, boarded a short to make it 50-22 on a 24-yard pass and catch. And the 13-yarder from Nutt rounded out the scoring at 50-30 as he got in with 39 seconds left after recovering the onside kick. And that's your Kemper CPA by the number scoring recap.
All right, and now it is time for our Black Diamond Harley Davidson Thrillville Thrillbillies thrilling moment of the game. All right, Black Diamond Harley Davidson Thrillville Thrillbillies thrilling moment of the game. What's our thrilling moment tonight, Garrett?
I'm going to go with Marcus Lightson. Early on in the third, he had a 37-yard burst for a touchdown, broke this ball game open. It was 22-14, and Johnston City scored really quickly. Right there in the third to really bust this game open, and then never came back from it were Sesser-Valier. And so Marcus Lightson there at the 37-yarder, not even a minute in to the third quarter.
Here's the right video for that. No, that's a block.
And you're all over the place.
I am all over the place. We'll just play it till we got it. There it is. That's it. This is the right video.
Here's Mr. Lightson breaking it free.
Yes.
And he was rocking and rolling. He's pumped up. What a run from him, and that's your thrilling moment of the game.
All right. Well, your final score, Johnston City 50, Sesser-Valier 30. Taking a look over, they did convert. It's a tie game right now over in Marion, 36-36 with 4 minutes left.
So whenever we get off our postgame, get your butts over
to the Marion Star and watch that game going on right now. That is a good one, man. They couldn't have asked for a better homecoming game tonight in Marion. So, get your eyes over to that as soon as we wrap it up here on the Deaconess Illinois postgame show. Talk a little bit about the Johnston City Indians. We've talked about them a lot, obviously, in the game. But tell me, you said, Garrett, they're postseason players, both of these teams are. So I guess what are your hopes for both these teams individually going into the postseason?
Well, I think this solidifies Johnston City getting a home game, at least in week one. And then from there, it kind of bounces around based on who's played more games and whatnot. But that first week, you like to get it. You play, probably going to get a high seed, especially if you win again. Your only loss is going to be against Dixon, a 4A powerhouse. Need to beat Carmine next week. More work to be done before the regular season wraps up, before postseason gets going. But great showing from Johnston City. Came in and took care of business. The game was actually a bigger landslide than this final score, but great showing from Coach Thomas's team. And I want to give out a player of the game really quick, and I'll make it really, really short and really simple. I'm going to go with Nolan Causey. I feel like I could have picked 5 different guys, but he had some of the more gritty plays where he got some touchdowns late in the first half that tied the game and gave Johnston City the lead.
Yep. 36-36 right now, still in Marion. as we're keeping a close eye on that game as well. And Garrett, talk a little bit about, we spoke with Coach Shadowens coming into the game tonight. Obviously, this for Sesser was really a game that they wish they would have won. It's on their home field, obviously. They won last year in overtime by 2 points in this regular season matchup. But I'd say if you're the Red Devils right here, you don't let this game impact you at all. You need to have your eyes set on the postseason.
It certainly doesn't feel good, but guess what? It's over.
Yeah.
You did finish strong with your second unit out there, getting you some touchdowns late to get you up to the 30-point marker. I don't think Sesser has seen an offense like this, with this much firepower.
Right.
I actually think it will help them going forward. It's some bulletin board material now, and use it for your advantage going to the postseason. You won't see them in the postseason, being in a different class, but this is a team that's going to be better because of what happened to them tonight in Sesser. And Johnston City is just Johnston City. They proved it tonight that they are not just in the Black Diamond, not just in their class, one of the best teams in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, absolutely. Two teams that we are going to keep a close eye on in the postseason. Only active, real impressive game we have in our top 6 is that Marion game. Once again, go over to the Marion Star right now and watch that game. They are tied right now with about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter of play. But anything else you want to add, Garrett?
No, we mentioned the teams that were needing wins to get playoff eligible. Marion's closing in on a good back and forth with Carbondale. Looks like Centralia is going to get that win to get to 5 wins. It looks like Harrisburg is going to get that win to get to 5 wins. So the teams needing to take care of business, it's looking like they're all doing it here tonight.
All right. Next week, we will be where probably the best game's going on right now over in Marion, as the Wildcats will be taking on Mattoon to hopefully secure their spot in the IHSA playoffs. If they do that, if they win tonight, they will be at 6 wins on the season. So big game next weekend over in Marion. And, of course, we will also have a look at some postseason matchups coming up the week after that and into the postseason. We got postseason football coming your way here on the Swinford Media Group in just 2 weeks. For Garrett Smith, I'm Aaron Price. Drew Smith providing play-by-play on the sideline video for us this evening. We thank all of you for watching, and we will see you next week over on the Marion Star Facebook page, as we'll be taking over next week along with Bill Swinford to commentate the Marion Mattoon game in Marion. Have a great night.